Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ryam. All of my players are very well dressed today. 2 of them are in dresses. I'll let you decide who that is. Button downs and everything.
Technically, it's corsets, and Deb and I both ordered the exact same one this summer.
Yes.
And did you?
And Randall and I are both bearing white boy Oxford blue.
Do you not also have corsets, gentlemen?
Unfortunately, no. My corset stash is lacking.
Do I have a corset that still fits me is the question.
It can be an underbust, too.
There you go.
Well, the corsets look great, ladies, as do the shirts. I'm just, for some reason, did not pick up on that sooner, because I definitely saw Kate with like a star pattern shirt, and I was like, oh, I guess she's just wearing something. But welcome back to Ryam, everyone. Now that that's out of the way, we'll head to our other tradition of everyone introducing themselves and answering this week's question. So, Gaffers, this week we'll head to the modern verse for a little bit, and if your character were to head to a con, say like PAX East, because not PAX East or PAX Unplugged, which is down here in Philly, how would they spend their time? What would they be doing? Would they be dragging everyone somewhere? Would they head off on their own? Really, what would they be doing?
Alright, so Deb's on going first. Hi guys, I'm Deb, as you can tell by my horns. I play Tessa, our tiefling paladin. Being very extroverted, and I'm definitely Deb, by the way, I would do both cosplaying and demoing board games and other board games because you get to meet more people that way. And mostly just kind of go nuts running all over the place to try and see as much as possible. And there would probably be a coordinated cosplay with her cousin, Allie.
And I'm gonna go next. I'm playing Allie, our half Kitsune, half Tiefling monk, and she would definitely be cosplaying like all in, super elaborate, really well done cosplay. And I feel like Allie and Tessa would definitely do that coordinated costume.
I guess I'll go next. I'm definitely Randall, and I absolutely play Kiki the Tinkerer. I'd be going to pretty much like any and every sci-fi convention, and just all the swag, primary goal swag, every sticker, every keychain, especially anything shiny.
I guess that leaves me. I'm Robert, totally 100% Robert all the time. And I play Nikki Dockspawn, our human wizard. And Nikki would be all about attending a magic PAX, and she'd also be all about panels. Just absolutely fill up her whole day, because boy, is Nikki about that learning life.
So, for the audience at home, just so you all know, the gents have put up Fox beards, not F-O-X, F-A-U-X.
Oh, that's pronounced.
And to more clearly mimic each other, even though there is a bit of an age difference between them. And Deb has donned a wig to match Kate's hair color. And of course, Kate has put on horns because Deb has horns. I know you folks have never seen this, but Deb really does have tiefling horns. I don't mean to dox you, Deb, or get you doxed, but you do. Like, I imagine you have a tail somewhere. You just were good at hiding it.
I actually do have one of those animatronic tails.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it swishes naturally when you move. It's got like a little motor in it. Anyway.
All right, folks.
Oh, that was really good. Good job.
Sorry about the abrupt stop. Everyone had to magically put themselves back together. You know, Kate had to get back to where she lives from where Deb. It was a whole big thing.
Body swap.
Yeah, body swaps. So we will rejoin the imaginary gaffers, I guess, as a lot has happened in the last couple of sessions. There's been attempts on lives. There's been this new sort of divine project that Tessa now is sort of heading up with Nikki. But there's a lot going on at the Quellback estate, as there's a lot of decisions to be made about which world power are we going to go see, if any of them. How are we going to go do that? And also, these asshole relatives are still attempting to probably kill Nikki. So
that does appear to be the case.
Priority 1.
We will have dawn of a new day. So you all wake up as you are wont to do. Gaffers, what would you like to do with today?
Oh, you know those gaffers always waking up in the morning.
And always eating breakfast.
breakfast.
Oh
Bacon.
boy. Okay. Is there still royalty at my estate, or did they wander off?
Everyone has gone home.
Okay, that is good.
Yeah, the
Good
only
breather.
Relaxing.
the only person that seems to be missing is Wagger Dagger.
Okay, I will go.
He needs to have a lie down after all this stress.
Yeah, so Locke comes to
I'm
you
gonna
and
say.
informs you, Nikki, that she will be taking over Wagger Dagger's duties temporarily for the next, and she looks to his room, probably couple of days, because
Is
he's in a tizzy.
gonna be all right? Do I need to get a cleric in?
And Locke's like, well, we have a paladin, and she points to Tessa. That's like
I
a
wave a
cleric,
slice
Well-
of bacon.
Sure, but there's like some
I can always assist.
stuff clerics are. I don't know. There's always clerics at the hospitals.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Nikki would know that like there's some things that clerics are that like in some situations clerics have better capabilities
Oh, absolutely.
for healing.
Especially for higher healing, like if you're really
Yeah.
damaged.
Yeah. So she goes, no, I think he just needs some time to calm down. We're just kind of feeding him tea. If we could put it right into his bloodstream,
Crunch.
I think we would, but I don't know if that's advisable. I don't know much about medicine.
Everyone turns to Tessa.
Well, I mean, some more baked goods couldn't hurt, to be honest. I mean, that's my diagnosis.
Kiki pipes up. She's like, emotional support gecko.
We could give him a gecko to cuddle.
Consensual.
Maybe
I
one of the
think-
calmer ones, like Laverne or Shirley, perhaps. They seem a little less.
Even Laverne might be a bit much
Not
for
Phil. Whatever you do not get Phil.
Isn't one of them, Tessa, had a little hat on him, right? One of them is a healer of some kind?
Oh yeah. So Mike, he's the cleric, so maybe he can be the emotional support gecko.
Sure. I guess I'll go fetch wherever he is.
Probably in the barn.
I hate going in the barn, she says as she shakes her head, then makes her way to the barn. A couple minutes drop
poor
by
thing.
as you hear her scream an obscenity in Giant, which is her native tongue, and you see that she is in a fairly what would be a big ditch, but she's very large as a Goliath, so it's about up to her chest.
Ooh,
But
that's
it's
a big
too
ditch.
small. It's not small. It's not so wide that she can get out, but it's not so small that she's totally stuck. So she's just sort of Winnie the Pooh for the moment as she's like moving her very big shoulders back and forth, trying to edge out. She seems to have fallen in one of their not newer traps. Kiki, this was not on the schematics. They probably just dug a hole and forgot about it.
Kiki nods approvingly.
Yeah, it works. It captured this Goliath
You gotta keep
temporarily.
people
Yeah,
guessing.
Can
Yeah,
I try to help her out? Like reach a hand down
yeah,
and try
you can
and like,
easily pull
unstick
her out.
Yeah, I want to help her out.
Yeah, she's just.
Sorry about that. They
Kiki
get a little
looks down the
wily.
hole. Kiki looks down the hole. She's like, no spikes. And she kind of makes a little, like, she's a little disappointed there wasn't, like, something more to it.
They're gonna need a
netting,
talking
something.
to.
Yeah.
So
She makes a note of it.
she goes and gets Somek, and eventually he comes over and he's his usual very calm self, and he goes into the room with Wagger Dagger, and it's what you folks want to poke your heads in.
Absolutely. I'm not missing
Okay.
that.
What you see is Wagger Dagger is pretty fine. Like he's just stressed. There's nothing physically wrong with him, and he's sort of just he's sitting up in his bed as he just begins telling Somek various stories about etiquette and things he's witnessed up here in the peaks. And Somek is very interested, is just sort of sitting there wide-eyed like a little kid, listening to this older gentleman's tales and whatnot. And this seems to be doing a lot for Wagger Dagger. You folks aren't sure of how much Somek is going to retain, but at least for the moment, it's it seems it's a very grandpa like relationship at the moment that seems to be doing him a world of good.
I just picture Wagger Dagger's like telling this to him a horrific story. It is like, and then they served cucumber sandwiches with the crust still on. Can you imagine?
Blasphemy.
Yep. So you folks can leave him. He'll probably be in okay hands for now. So now that you've had brunch, I'm assuming. I don't know what you delinquents are up to today. I mean, I do. I'm just gonna see if you fall into the trap or not.
Okay. I guess my only. Okay, let me back up. So this is kind of like as we're kind of sitting around the table, finishing up brunch, and like starting to talk to each other about like what's on the docket for the day, you know. Yeah. So I have kind of two things. One is that I guess whatever Tessa thinks we should be doing with Fran, if we should be doing outreach or sending letters or whatever, and kind of in the same vein is that Tessa, I have something of a proposition for you.
Okay. Yeah, Tessa, the word proposition just kind of flies over her head. I imagine like Allie's kind of smirking.
I was gonna say Allie probably starts to smirk. Nikki starts like she says that and she goes like, "Oh, I got it," and then Tessa's just like, "Okay." I'm like, "Oh, I don't have to backpedal that one apparently." Okay.
Yeah, raises an eyebrow.
So we've been talking about kind of building up the spa of Grand Sheep and getting more people coming into the area, and a couple of people have been, expressed interest in moving in and visiting, and apparently we get royalty visiting here sometimes now. And as you've seen, Wagger Dagger has some difficulty when surprising things happen, I suppose.
Oh, he's in the wrong business.
Right. Well, kind of to that point, are you interested in working for me? I could really use someone who can let him continue running the house and doing the businessy stuff, but like welcoming heads of state and setting up tourism stuff. So a couple of people tried to come in last week, and I got distracted telling them why the mine was interesting, and they left halfway through the speech.
I actually think Tessa would be a pretty good tour guide, because she's always very excited to like show people around like on Shin and on Ball and like point out all the like cool stuff. So I think she would say, well, I could certainly do that temporarily. I don't know what business Fran has in mind for me there, but I imagine that's going to involve me staying here for quite some time. So I'd certainly help you out in whatever you need.
Sure. Yeah. No. I mean, obviously, if Fran needs you to go somewhere else or whatever, that comes first. Deity shit. But if you're in the area, like, rather than just helping out, like you'd really be taking a weight off of my back and Wagger Dagger's back. Anything that you can do. So we could definitely get you set up with like a draw on the estate's accounts, that kind of thing.
And Tessa being very stupid is like, oh, you don't have to pay me. Do it as a friend.
I kind of do, actually, is the thing. Lady Roscoe's strict's not the right word, but her accountants are very principled.
Okay, no tax evasion. Got it.
Right.
Yeah, I think we could work something out.
At least you summoned the Bezos dragon to the peaks again.
No, we don't want to do any tax fraud. We don't want to get in trouble.
Stellar.
But yeah, I think first and foremost, though, we need to take care of this issue that you're having with the whole death threat thing. So even before we even go to anything else, but that's my opinion. Certainly, it's your head, literally.
Fair, yeah. That's would be nice to have that over and done with.
I think he suggests combining the two objectives and making the whole. Is it Dana, right? Is she the real troublemaker relative?
That's what it looks like so far, at least.
Let's make it into a tourist attraction. And she starts sketching like a Thunderdome and you see a little stick figure of Nikki casting like firebolts and shit, and then you see a stick figure of Dana going, help me," and running off. And she's like to her, it's perfectly logical. Like, you could take her out and draw in people. I'll take it. She doesn't think about the friendship implications for friendship, though. She just was thinking about butts and.
Well, you also have to think that anybody that would be, trying to kill another person so savagely like that for their own personal means is no friend of ours. So,
True.
And if you try to murder them, they're no friend of mine.
I mean, I think Tessa might be a little opposed to like putting her on display like that, as opposed to like just in prison. But she likes the initiative.
I would, and I would really like to at some point sit down and actually talk a little bit more about what we want to do with kind of bringing people to the table, literally for friendship, because I know that there have been. I am not claiming I know all that much about history, but Lord knows Master Davon beat a decent amount of it into our heads. And I think a lot of the folks who've been at that table are folks who are still at tables of their own now. So I would like to maybe make sure that we're not just reaching out to the nobles when we do start actually inviting people to that table.
We could start making a list.
I already did, but I can add it to another list if we want. This is the first time you've seen Allie do anything that looks remotely studious, by the way.
Well, no, that's great. That means we have a head start because I mean, you did all your worldly travel, so you probably know like who all the the people are in all the different areas, right?
I know some of them. I mean, mostly I know folks on this continent, and I know a couple of like the cultures and communities on this continent. I've got someone I can talk to about some of the stuff in Lasana. And then after that, we're kind of just exploring a little blindly.
Well, I mean, that's a good start. I mean, we have to start somewhere, and I guess it kind of makes sense to maybe work our way through this continent first.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, we want to solve the whole Nikki's family is trying to kill her thing.
It's a friendship tour, as Randall suggested. Yeah, I mean, we could make our way. I think she was in northwest of here. I can't remember the name of the city. Somebody help me out.
Storm's Eye.
Wait,
Dana.
who?
Thank you.
Storm's
Yes,
Eye.
that's the one.
Thank you, Scoot. I was like,
Yeah, maybe we can ask maybe we can ask Roscoe when we're up there too and see if she's interested. I know Will's not playing, but we can always just skip that or whatever. But while we're there,
the players are going to go visit Roscoe, and or the characters are going to visit Roscoe. Whether the players visit anyone can be faded over, right?
TBD.
So, what's the play here, Gaffers? Are we getting ready to move out? Allie, who's on your list?
So far, the list that Allie has includes basically like the places that they visited along the way. So it's got animal folk, Musins, and it's got, of course, all the major cities that they've already talked about in terms of like the talking to the admiral about the various houses being involved, the Minotaurs of Thunderblade, Thousand Isles, Sibinor. You also notice kind of lower down on the bottom though is like a specific and separate derivation for the dwarves that are native to this continent and the Volcani, who are not native to this continent but are also still entirely mortal. You also see on there lizard folk. I think
I'm sure the geckos can help that.
Yeah, they might be able to.
Yeah, and we talked about maybe adding some of the Fae, some of the like in between realms. Where I feel like we're missing like something. Maybe like Ibaracum.
Mm-hmm.
I
didn't get to visit it, but I want to. And I know there's newer stuff that's been discovered on Lasana, and I think the Minotaurs know more about that than I do. But
well, we have an easy way to get to Thunderblade, so I think that's always a good thing to do. And I'm trying to think. So Tessa's also going to put together a list of all of the heartways that she knows of to try and figure out, what the best route would be to take and what kind of would save us some time. Deb doesn't know that as a player, but I'm sure Scoot knows that and can tell me where all the heartways
Sure
are.
can.
I know a few of them. Most of them are in Doshnaral. But we already have those guys.
Kiki will bring up it was the Von Lycans, right? Wasn't it from our first
The
gig?
Von Lycans.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll be like, she especially liked the retired, don't give a fuck werewolf, I forget his name. He was like, I'm just going to drink and smoke and chill on my porch, and everyone else can use their marbles.
That's a great idea. And we helped them out, too, so.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe also that that priestess that Roscoe saved.
Yeah. And Kiki, are there any, like, I don't know, central governing bodies of the Kenku, or not really?
Kiki laughs for two reasons.
I didn't think
One,
so. But...
implying that Kenku's centralized and organized, and two, that she has anything to do with other Kenkus, because she just, she was abandoned as a lake, so she's sort of like, but she doesn't think.
I just want to make sure that the Kenku don't get left out of this.
She gestures at herself like,
you are one
right here.
singular Kenku. Your involvement does not mean all the Kenku are involved.
I speak for all Kenku.
I mean, kind of tangentially, actually, I don't think that's a word Tessa would know. We also have to consider,
by the way,
we might have to, we want to make sure everybody is included, so we might have to visit some unsavory people in the interest of keeping things fair, because if somebody wasn't invited, that might bring some trouble on us later. So isn't there some, dead lich down below Araya or something?
Yes, most people refer to him as the Archlich. He is the most powerful necromancer on the plane.
We should definitely invite him. Just, I don't expect him to join, but, just send a fancy invite.
You never know.
Perhaps we should ask Fran Sheep if we want her, if she wants us to invite him. There's a reason that of all the places we're supposed to travel, we're told to not travel there.
So are they their own?
Probably Nikki would know the most about this, being from
He's not mortal, is he?
Sorry, what?
Allie realizes something and is very proud of herself for realizing it. He's also not mortal, is he? And nobody there is either?
No, they're just undead.
Oh, maybe that doesn't count.
No, they're not celestials. They're just undead. Undead things are still on the mortal plane. This is where they belong. Now, if you ask a life cleric about that, they'll have different opinions, or druids, but these are mortal beings that,
plainly speaking, they're in the right place.
They're in where they were born.
They'll get banished back here. That's the key bit.
Let's pencil him in and check later.
But Nikki would know.
But Robert wants the lower dump. Okay.
Right, but Nikki would know from being from Shantha, which is the continent that you're from, that Mortas is on, that only the craziest venti merchants go down there. But you can trade with them if you're willing to go to the main city. It's a hell of a way to get down there and back, and a lot of times crew don't come back. But it is possible, although there is a lot of precautions taken, because there is the mindless undead and then the thinking undead that are, from what you've heard from the traders that have come back, it is a functioning city. It's very, very different, because it's this weird macabre almost play of what life is like in Ventos. People go to coffee shops and bakeries. They just do it, and they may not, it's all a sort of mime of doing it, because again, there are sentient walking around skeletons that of course don't eat anything, but there are also vampires there that will drink blood, and they will buy your blood, but they don't take it from you. They will offer you trade for it, and again, not enough to turn or kill you, but they will do that. There are also hordes of mindless zombies that roam in between the few settlements that will eat you given the chance. So it is a dangerous place to be.
Do we think that excluding him might bring his wrath down upon us? Tessa looks a little frightened at either perspective at this point.
I think that Tessa might have watched Maleficent like one too many times. It's like
I personally
afraid.
haven't seen it.
Oh my god, so good. But like, even in the original animated version, it's she's offended because she's not invited to the big party, right? So that was the reference there. Kiki also mentioned that the Von Lycans invited like everybody to the event that we were security for, so that it's not just the Von Lycans themselves, but like remember the whole guest list, including asshats.
Oh right, there was all those like Federation of Houses assholes.
But I mean, it was a mix of, it was like the whole range of people. So
Yeah.
she'll just sort of throw that out that like we clearly need a plan, but maybe someone who's plugged in and more diplomatic could also do that, and maybe checking with friend sheep, as Aaliyah suggested, about who's a friend and who's a frenemy. For her, like does she have
That's true. Do we have a way to check in with Fran?
In theory, inside her temple will be a way, but you're at the estate right now.
Okay, so we can hit the temple on the way up to Stormzyre. We can kind of, take care of that and see what exactly she means by friend.
Okay. So you folks, that's your plan. Then go to the mountain and then head out to Stormzyre.
Seems good.
Okay. I need you to confirm, folks. Cool.
I feel like we
Kiki
can also
will-
have a lot of conversation on the way too about this.
I nodded, but not enough.
Kiki
Gax
still keeps-
away?
Well, so here's the thing.
Oh no.
Nikki, you have to spend a little bit of time. You were gone on a trip, so there's some work piled up that you got to do.
Sure.
You are a responsible landlady. But
Do my darndest.
so it takes like a day or two to sort through that, see the people that you need to. However, about the second day, who would be running around? Allie was probably running around, as you wont to do. You
Thing
see
Allie does.
5 figures coming towards the estate. They are armed, but they're moving very casually. You see a big Goliath. You see a human decked out in armor. You see a sort of pale white-skinned tiefling with red eyes that looks very much like a monk of some kind, wizard in black robes, and a kobold that is just walking and mixing things as he walks. It looks quite viscous and acidic, but he doesn't seem to mind.
Am I close enough to hear them?
No, they're coming up the road. You're, let's say, just hanging out in a field somewhere. I don't know if you're a fox right now or if you're a girl.
Was a girl. Upon seeing them, becomes a fox.
Okay.
So I can get a little closer.
Right, you get in, and they're marveling at the estate, and it's become very abuzz with people. And they are, they thought it would be in worse condition based on what they had heard about the potential inheritors, but they seem to be pretty jazzed about how good the place looks.
Alright, I'll pop back into normal tiefling form. Glamour's still up, so can't see tails. And kind of just call out, hey, can I help you guys?
And it is the Goliath that goes, oh yeah, we're looking for Lady Quillback.
She should be at the estate still receiving people. Anything in particular you're here for?
Nope, just some very simple business, they say, as they, are very polite to you and wave and stop. Is it this way, they say? Kind of pointing very clear to the road that leads to the property.
Yes, the large and only road in the general vicinity here is the one that does in fact lead to the estate.
Excellent, the Goliath says, and the kobold, you see, face palms and shakes their head at the big person. And they walk up the road. They thank you and walk up the road. Locke.
I'm gonna shift to fox form and try and get there first.
Okay. You are faster than them, and you're booking it because they are just walking casually. And you arrive, though, to see Locke has stopped them. They talk to Locke. There's a very heated discussion between the two Goliath women. And then you hear, as you approach them, the one Goliath invoke a Rite of the Peaks. And you're not sure what that is, but Locke...
I'm gonna keep booking it past them then, and get inside.
Yep. So, Nikki, you're finishing up, with some farmer that's just coming. You're settling a dispute between two of their lands and their boundaries, and it's really.
Oh, just cut the sheep in half. It's fine.
And they're like, "That would be enough mutton for everyone. Thank you." And then they walk out pretty pleased.
Allie's gonna pop back into normal Allie form and be like, "There's some people arguing with Locke outside, and they said something about a Rite of the Peaks. Is that a thing you know about?"
First of all, have you ever gone to somewhere your friend works and they don't realize that you're their friend at first and hit you with their customer service voice?
Yes.
So that happens. So Allie pops in like, "Hi, can I help you? What is your... Hi, Allie."
Hi. Rite of the Peaks. Ever heard of it?
Scoot, have you ever heard of that?
Nope, that's a new thing.
Can't say as I have.
Because there's some people outside arguing with Locke about the Rite of the Peaks, and they're all armed. Also, one of them is very dumb.
One of them is very what?
Dumb.
Oh. Go on.
They asked me if the only road in the area was the road they should take to get to the estate.
Allie chuckles and then looks thoughtful. We should make another road somewhere. Just for fun.
A road to nowhere.
Let's go see what's going on with Locke. Or much worse, a road to geckos.
Lady Darkspawn is all about infrastructure.
That's right. That's right.
It's part of her platform.
And don't you forget it.
Infrastructure. You see Locke is now begrudgingly coming up with these folks, and Locke's guards have come in lockstep with her as they have surrounded them. No weapons are drawn. Everyone's a little tense, but no one's on the brink of a fight.
Okay.
As Locke comes up to you, Lady Quillback, I must speak with you. This is urgent. And you see the other big Goliath woman wave. You see that the Cobalt is low now, looking at the barn very curiously, as he's clearly spotting the traps that are around. What gives you pause, Nikki, is that the human gentleman that's in a lot of armor, the flow of magic is moving very strangely around him. You can feel as if it's diverting away from him, like a big stone in a river.
Ooh. Have I ever heard or
make a history check, please?
Okay.
Allie, well, he's looking curiously at them. Allie's going to send out a Slapchat message of get down here now.
17 on history.
So you know that there are certain people through training or other reasons that are specialized in anti-magic. Very commonly, these folks are referred to as mage slayers.
Ooh. Okay. I give him just a little bit of a shudder, kind of instinctively, as tied in as I am to that flow. It's kind of like a north magnet, right? I'm repelled from him a little bit.
Yeah, it's not enough to
do I
you
recognize...
don't feel sick or anything. It's just you feel that magic flows through people. Everyone has magic and all the power sources. It's just for this guy is just not repelling magic, but it's just not. It's moving away from him.
Yeah, the vibe in here is just awful. Do I recognize this Goliath woman who's waving at me?
No, but she's very friendly as she waves at you.
Okay, I'll wave back.
Yep.
Okay. What did Locke say? I need to speak with you urgently. Right. Okay.
Yeah, Locke wants to talk to you alone.
Okay.
Like Locke's trying to pull away from the group.
At that moment, Tessa kind of barges in, kind of falls through the door because she heard Allie's slap chat and sounded kind of urgent. She's like, "Guys, all right, I'm here."
Wait,
Safe.
you have to roll. It's a roll for door.
Roll your door.
Roll for door,
Alright,
Deb.
alright.
Oh
Just
no!
a straight
Oh
20.
no!
Straight 20. What's
Well,
it
can't
gonna
wait.
be? 6.
Can she get like
6.
advantage or something for being familiar with my estate's doors?
No.
Can it be an
No, it's
archway?
funnier.
I tried.
So
I tried,
Tessa,
Deb.
you folks hear Tessa. She's like, I'm coming, bam, and the door like shudders as a very large person hits against. But it's one of those like it's a push. Thought it was a pool. She's like, fuck, and then she opens it.
Nobody saw that brushing off my armor.
I just kind of blink a little bit. If you'll all excuse me, I need to talk to Locke for a moment. Tessa, you're in charge. And I'll turn to a side room with Locke.
The tiefling has the con.
Yes.
So Locke looks deathly serious at you and goes, Nikki, and she doesn't,
Locke.
something has happened that is very important for you to know, and I don't know if you've had this come up. Randall is using, just so everyone knows, that's what happens when I try to build the moment. Randall has put the beard on his martini shaker, and everyone's having a good time with that.
It's a beard teeny.
It just completely stone-faced. I think he was even on mute.
I
Just
wasn't-
like popped up his
I
glass.
wasn't trying to,
Oh.
I wasn't trying to disrupt the moment. Poor Locke.
Oh.
That's why Locke can't have nice things.
Eyebrows back down.
Right.
Okay.
So
do this
Locke
moment.
Stephen goes, this is somewhat serious. As sort of the ruler here, you can be challenged by anyone in the peaks. They can't take your title. They would need to put up subsequent. They're challenging you to basically a duel that is also gambling. So if they can't put up enough to take your whole estate, obviously they can't do that. You don't have to do this, but if you refuse a lot of them, word will get around, and that's not very favorable up here. No one's gonna fault you for not wanting to take a stupid bet, obviously. But if you keep turning them away, different factions will look poorly upon that.
Okay. I imagine that in the course of her studying, Nikki has come across this, at least the broad strokes of this kind of thing before. Honor duel sort of vibe.
The peaks have a weird. They've held on to certain traditions, and this seems to be one of them. And the idea being, this allows people to shake things up, and that way, in theory, people don't get too powerful, because you can come in and challenge this and take stuff unless you can defend it. Although it's not invoked often.
Sure.
But it can be.
Okay. What are these people offering? Did they tell you?
No, they want to talk to you about it.
Fair enough. Are any of these known?
No, they're not
known actors.
No, these are. I mean, they're decently powerful adventurers. It seems like they've probably been on a few adventures. They're decently powerful. I just think they're looking to maybe retire, and this is their plan.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll have to disabuse them of that notion.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, Nikki, this is how my group got our job here.
Oh. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Well then, I will go deal with this, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
I assume it's not a one-on-one thing necessarily.
No, I mean, that's for you folks to decide.
Sure.
I think they have a plan in mind, though.
If they're rolling up as geared out as they are, I'm sure they are. That human in all the armor, and male presenting, do you get any vibes about him?
He looks very prepared to fight casters.
Yeah, that's the feeling I get. Okay, fantastic, wonderful, excellent. All right, let's go deal with this then.
So you walk back into the room, and Tessa's just like sitting on the chair, like, so anyway, I was arm wrestling this Minotaur. Oh, hey, Nikki.
Nikki nods much more seriously than sort of a much more serious face than Tessa has.
Allie's picking up on that.
I even think probably Tessa would pick up on that, but she's
No, for
trying to
sure.
keep like the room light for now.
Yeah. So then, what's your offer?
Oh, we would like, and she outlined the Goliath. No, sorry, it's the wizard in these blackish robes that goes. We would like a large section of your land.
Where?
He has he seems to be the brains of the group, or at least part of it, as he
Sure.
has picked out some of your choicest farming and orchard land.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, that's we can negotiate on positions, but like just on its own, that's ridiculous. That's
Oh no,
sort of
we
the
have equivalent
core breadbasket
yeah.
situation.
No, it's fine. We will put up something of equivalent worth, obviously.
Go on.
Hold on. And you see him walk away, put a box down, touch it, and out comes a couple of things. First off are two carts filled with barrels that you've seen before.
Oh, that gunpowdery stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I feel
Oh
like
my.
he has suddenly been drawn by the presence of gunpowder.
You're muted, Randall.
Randall.
Sorry, she's blasé. She's like,
That was so
two
4
carts.
months ago.
she's like, I can make it. Like, she can make her own shotgun. She's also trying to play it cool.
Mm.
She's her hackles are up, or whatever.
Strong
the equivalent
negotiating.
is for
Good job.
He produces a couple of books that look to be very, very old and very, very arcane.
I definitely raise an eyebrow when those come out.
Mm-hmm. There are a couple of bars of looks like mithril and one of vorpal.
Ooh. Okay.
Don't you have mines on your? Don't you have mines on your property?
Yeah, the mithril is not that compelling, but the vorpal not so much. Or the vorpal
Yes, so
is more compelling.
Mm-hmm. And then there's just like a sizable Scrooge McDuck money bag of gems.
Well, I can always appreciate a Scrooge McDuck money bag.
It has
What's
dollar
not to
sign
love?
on it.
Yep.
Okay, so just sort of order of magnitude speaking, is this vaguely commensurate with the value of the land that they want?
Vaguely. It's what it comes down to, Nikki, is this is not a bad price for the land.
Mm-hmm.
But they want a lot of it. It is your food production.
Right.
But also this is now a situation where like they're not trying to scam you. This is a genuine challenge.
Sure. Okay, so that's good.
Allie's
I
gonna
will.
kind of- is it okay if Allie says a thing to them?
Yeah.
'Cause if you're making it clear that you're the only one talking right now, she wouldn't.
No, that's fine. Absolutely.
Allie's gonna look
Please.
over at the pile of stuff. Look over at them. Be like, if you have that much in value, why don't you buy your own land?
He says this is the best land around here in the peaks.
Nikki preens a little bit.
It's also not the only land, and you could get perfectly good land for some of what you have.
We prefer
Through the-
proven areas. I've done
Through
that,
the-
he says, kind of looking at you condescendingly.
Tessa says,
through the.
Go ahead, Randall. Go ahead.
Oh, so through the bracelets, Kiki would be like, strangers on land, trying to build temple up. She's like, it's very commercial for her. Like the way they're approaching this, very transactional at a time when we're trying to bring in important people from the outside. Like she's not like, she doesn't like them, but she doesn't, it's your land, right? Like, so she's like, you do what you want, but she's a little bit like, it's just weird timing. It's a little bit, she's like,
Yeah, actually, Tessa was going to say the same thing. Like, her paranoia is getting up now because she's super concerned about this temple. So she's like, are any of these areas like that they want close to the mountain area? Because it seems like everybody's kind of wanting this mountain area for themselves, and these might be another group out for that.
from what you're looking at the maps, Nikki, it's not. These are, you know.
Okay.
I mean, there is some, but it's not like a strategic. It's just a farm happened to be there. Like it's.
See.
Yeah.
Is this all farmland that's like managed by the estate directly, or is it like?
This
Okay,
is the
so
stuff
it's not.
that, like,
They don't like. They're
you-
not trying to buy out other people.
No, you. This is the stuff that you own, because you do own some of it, but like this is not the
Right.
tenants that have chosen to live with you.
Yeah. Okay. I need to go get Wagger Dagger.
Oh,
He's have such a good rest, and now he's up, and like, you know, Somek kind of comes and takes him and goes, "Oh, Lady Nick, it's Lady Darkspawn. It's so good to see you. It's such a wonderful day."
Thank you. It really is. Hey, so for no reason at all, just pure curiosity,
Mhm.
and I pull out this map. If these areas stopped being under our control directly, how fucked would we be in terms of food supply?
Whoa.
This is a theoretical exercise, but I want a
He's
good honest
already
answer.
sort of low-key panicking. He's like, well, these do provide sort of the lion's share of our house food. I mean, we could always export, but that just becomes a cost versus us growing it. Also, this we have for a long time supplemented other of the tenants when, you know, people have a bad year and there's nothing, you know,
Absolutely.
they come up short, or, you know, this is also food we use for the festivals when we make things, and he starts rambling about the festivals and some of his favorite ones. Is something wrong?
Nope.
Okay, has someone challenged you?
Oh yeah.
He just sits down, like in a chair. Like he almost falls over, and luckily so much that they're gonna push him back up. Oh, I was terrified this would happen. I should have prepared you. We should have shot them on the road. And he starts just, again, rambling about just murdering these people. And
Hey,
you don't think he
okay,
means
deep
it,
breath.
but yeah.
Deep breath. Somek, can you get him like the heated pad or something?
Yeah, he'll use some of his like magic to like make it like a warm compress and kind of
Yeah, exactly.
our head.
Oh, thank you, Somek.
Okay,
You're reasonable.
deep breaths. We're gonna be fine. You've seen us in action.
Mhm.
If it comes to that, we're gonna be fine.
Yes, I don't know if your reputation could take a turn down this early, unless they're asking for ridiculous things.
Well, they're pretty much asking for the land I showed you.
A very pathetic noise of anxiety and exacerbation escapes his mouth as he's just like, he's contemplating you losing this, and he's like, oh.
Right.
So Mike pats him on the shoulder reassuringly. Don't worry, this team has it. They're the best. They'll protect us. And if something happens, the geckos can protect.
Okay, so realistically speaking, Willis, do you think I kind of described the so they're looking for this land. Obviously, I haven't done all of the math, but their offer, their counter bet is approximately correct. It's definitely the right order of magnitude. They're not just fucking with me.
No, but I wonder where they got all of it.
You and me both.
Yeah, it's not. Again, this is a I guess honor. I don't know if honor was the right word. And he's just sort of panicking. It's like, but this is a legitimate offer. So
right.
You know, it would be. I mean, you can. You could take it and win, and then you would be able to keep this, or you could do what the youth call flexing on them, and maybe just tell them to go away. I don't know. I don't keep up with the youth trends. I really shouldn't. He looks out the window at some of the younger heel hands. He's like, I remember they talking something about wet pomegranates or something, wet apricots and pomegranates. I'm not sure. And he's just now panicking a little bit more. He's just rambling as he's. Wet ass pussy. WAP. That's Thank you.
Oh, I totally did.
I got it.
Thank you, Kate.
I was at such a loss, man.
I had no idea.
That was good. That was really good. I feel bad I didn't get it.
Mm-hmm. No, anyway.
Okay. realistically, if I told them to fuck off, do you think our reputation could handle it?
He clearly doesn't want to say no.
When he doesn't say yes or maybe, I'm like, okay, not an option. Got it.
Okay.
Okay, and it looks like losing this land would be bad. Okay, all right, we'll just go beat them then. Sounds good.
Us, he says, but and you walk out on him. He's like trying to tell you like it won't destroy us, but it will. Oh god! And he just sort of picks up Somek like a dog and just sort of holds him.
A teddy bear.
Yeah.
Emotional support gecko.
Meanwhile, while Nikki's having this conversation, Tessa, that big Goliath gal, Thrax ends up coming up on the back of Bosco because he sees he got the call on the Snapchat and he came running in. And she sees Thrax and her eyes light up and she licks her lips.
Oh, this bitch.
No.
The real question is...
I should stop you.
The real question is Tessa wearing earrings? Because I'm waiting for the moment when she takes them off, and then I know it's going down.
She does wear earrings, but not the kind that you can like pull easily in a fight.
Yeah, so you're talking to the tiefling monk. Tessa she is just trying to be pleasant and talk with you. This appears to be a very business transaction for her. She's Bali, actually. She's from On Ball. You're chatting. She just happened to be living up in the peaks for a while until the Goliath kind of takes her by the shoulder and pulls her back, and the monk gal just kind of goes. She's like, okay, and she looks at you and she goes, Messa, Bressa, Tessa, who is that?
Bressa.
And she points very blatantly at Thrax, who's like coming up on the back of a very large, like mount-sized Bosco.
Oh, that's my boyfriend Thrax.
She says, is like the face immediately shifts.
Yes.
Tessa's pretty oblivious to this.
Allie is giggling behind her. Allie finds this delightful.
He will be part of the package, and she turns to the wizard who is doing math, and she starts talking to him.
Did I hear that?
Yeah, no, she's not hiding it from you.
And I say, excuse me?
Yes, we'll have to make him part of the estate, she says, looking at him as he rolls
He's
up.
a person, not property.
And she stays very silent as she goes back to talking to the wizard.
Oh, Tessa's getting very angry now.
Also, he doesn't actually work for the estate, so they can't confer him as staff.
Yeah, he just hangs out here.
No, so like Allie actually says that out loud. Allie is like sitting on the steps, like kind of just like, this is so much fun to watch. I'm having lots of fun here today.
Right. And actually, next to you is that kobold who's just like not next to you, but by you, mixing something and just watching this. And his hand is on his not beak, but like his mouth that juts out, and he's just like, and he swears in Draconic at this whole thing happening. He seems very. It seems like if this was happening, like, it's very Kiki-ish. He's like, these stupid fucking morons and this nonsense.
It's a lot.
Can Kiki tell what he's mixing?
Make an Arcana check.
Make sure I have the right fire. To be. Oh yeah, it's my 29.
He's mixing potions of heroism.
Kiki lets the group know. She also brings up with Nikki. She's like, "Oh, do they have a permit to carry explosives?" I don't know what the laws are, but by the way, Kiki would give anyone who asked her that like, look. But she's flipping the narrative. She's flipping the script for her friend Nikki.
I feel like the one that Kiki has is the one that Ron Swanson has, which is just the permit that says I can do what I want.
Except Nikki signed it for Kiki.
Yes.
So Nikki, you arrived with Locke, and you see that Tessa looks pissed. And you went away. Tessa was being very gracious host, and Tessa's probably still answering questions from the other tiefling, who is now sort of... They were chit-chatting when you were gone, and now that monk tiefling is definitely taking a couple steps back from Tessa to be out of sword swing range.
Yeah.
But Tessa looks angry, very angry. And Thrax has shown up, because he was out of field.
I give a very, serious looking nod to Thrax, I guess. Faces just all business. Not a trace of party, Nikki.
He has no idea what's going on. He's like, okay. And he just comes
He's gonna stop that, doesn't he?
Yeah, he heard come in and potions, and he doesn't know what else is going on. He just got here.
What's your terms?
The wizard comes back up to you. You heard them. This, we'll put this up. You put
No, for the fucking fight.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't think you'd catch on that quick, he says.
What, you didn't think I know what the rights were?
No.
Did you do any research?
Yes. We
Jesus.
know you're not from here.
Still having so much fun behind y'all. It's great.
He says, there's a bridge not too far from here. We have an idea.
Sure.
First team to get all their people across wins. No flying. No teleportation. You have to cross the bridge.
Okay. Not unreasonable. Do not damage my bridge, or do, and then repair it.
Of course, he says. And you see him kick over a fence, break part of the fence with a spell, and then mend it back together.
I accept this.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to damage our property.
No magic at all, or just no teleportation magic?
No magic to to bamf you across the bridge, and no flying, and those are the rules, he says, and he smiles.
Did your kobold bring enough heroism potions for everybody?
Probably.
Would you like to share?
No.
Does
your bird still have all her bombs?
She hasn't used
How would
any
they
on
know
you
that?
yet.
Good question.
How would they
know that?
Kiki conveys to their bracelet. She's like, something doesn't smell right. They came armed for bear, and for fox, and for crow, and
yeah, they plan on killing us and keeping all of their gear and taking Nikki's land.
Yeah, it's just like something doesn't she doesn't like a setup. She suggests saying, "Great, we'll meet you there first thing in the morning or something to give us body time." Because why are they setting all the terms? Why do they get to set all the terms?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that noise. Kiki's
He looks over at Nick. Allie's still having a tremendous amount of fun with. Yes, she knows it's serious, but she finds this all hilarious right now.
Sure.
And she's like, maybe it's good. Maybe it's a good time to break out Kika's idea of the Thunderdome.
Oh, actually, yeah.
How fast can we build one?
Yeah.
Not that fast.
Not that fast, unfortunately.
I'm going over my list of murdering spells.
I was going to say, I turned to the rest of the group and kind of raised an eyebrow.
You know me, I'm always down to smack people with sticks.
Ted looks very serious and just gives you a nod.
Kiki suggests asking, setting the time so we have time to get our shit together, but she's also, if you're just let's just go fuck them up. Let's just go fuck them up.
Okay, I'll turn back to the group. All right, bridge tomorrow, high noon.
Wonderful, they say. And the wizard bows to you. As he walks off with the other human in heavy armor has said nothing this entire time. They walk off together. The Goliath sort of gives Thrax a very hungry look, which he is sort of very confused about. But he's sort of picking it up. The Cobalt takes a deep breath in, shakes its head, and moves out with them. And the Tiefling gives you a very sort of I'm sorry look, Tessa, as she follows her companions.
Tessa doesn't say anything. She just kind of gives her a stare.
Mm-hmm.
Kiki flips him the bird.
Check, anyone would like.
Oh, Allie's
Sure.
absolutely going to check. And she's also going to tell Nikki, you're going to send a couple folks to keep an eye on that bridge and the general vicinity around it.
Oh, yeah. I was thinking, Tessa, you want to get some Any chance we could get some gecko security on the bridge before noon?
Yeah, we could probably get them to do something.
And under the bridge.
Yes.
I mean, via Slap chat, so nobody else could say. It's like, so about that trebuchet idea.
I'm gonna try to find it as my roll stuff.
Technically, that's not magic.
17.
Okay.
I got an 18 on my insight.
Kiki's just building that trebuchet in the
She's
mind.
just pissed. That's right. That's it. Got it too.
Allie and Nikki look
Tessa said trebuchet, and Kiki just kind of glazed over.
You're watching them head off, and there's definitely this group is not as cohesive as yours. The kobold and the tiefling don't seem to be really thrilled about being there. It is probably a relationship of convenience or business.
Sure.
The wizard, weirdly, the wizard and the spoopy non-arcane guy seem to be very thick as very together, thick as thieves. And the Goliath's an odd one out. You don't know how she ended up with this lot. You don't know how these people got together. But unlike you folks that seem to have a general bond of friendship, these folks, it's very business, and they don't. The other thing that 18, Nikki would pick up is Randall.
Kiki just had a flash of inspiration with this description.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "Mercenaries?" She asked the group,
Likely.
and then she gives
I'll turn
she
to
gives a
Locke.
look. Dana, contracted mercenaries. Take your land bit at a time. She doesn't know.
Possible.
She's just throwing it out for she was like, because where to get this money and all? They want to get all this land together. Like they don't know each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's some bullshit.
It's
Yeah.
no, there's definitely some bit shit there.
That's some bullshit.
But the last
Unfortunately
thing
for us, it's some propagandable bullshit. So
the thing that Nikki did notice is that the tiefling did not when the tiefling was looking at the Goliath before, she seemed very disgusted, especially after. First, you weren't there, but when they bring you up to speed on what happened with her and wanting Thrax, it sort of clicks in your mind that she was not happy with that assertion from that Goliath. Not thrilled about that.
with what assertion?
That the Goliath could bet for Thrax with Tessa, or that he could be thrown in. And there's a sort of it's not just that's a real skeevy thing. There was a deep disdain for that on her.
Nice.
Maybe we offer them right before things start up. Hey, if you bow out, you can come work for us. We offer reasonable rates and dental.
Yeah, but I don't want them working for me.
And 411.
I mean, not all of them. Just maybe the tiefling one. She seemed decent.
And Tessa kind of sighs and she's like, yeah, we actually were having a good conversation before that other asshole barged in.
Okay. I would be willing to give them an interview, certainly.
So the geckos head off, and they report back to you that morning that they haven't done anything to the bridge. Everything's fine. They were watching it all night. There were no shenanigans. They didn't do anything to it.
Okay. Cool. So other prep stuff. I want to talk to Locke. I'm gonna do a sending to Roscoe before bed.
Mm-hmm.
And ask for give a brief description, and ask for any information that she can get me. Is this a known group, basically?
You come back and that this is not an established adventuring party. They're not with a guild. Okay. They're just however they got there. But that is also.
Are we with the guild?
You were with a guild. You're not really anymore. But
okay.
It's also not improbable that people band together to go do things that aren't sanctioned by some organization.
Right.
I mean, you picked up a fox girl from Doshanaral that is now part of the group. So
it's true. Can confirm.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Everybody, if you could, roll me initiative and do any prep you would like as high noon comes and you see the folks on the other side of the bridge.
Okay. Let me fiddle
I
with some
crit
spells.
failed my initiative roll.
Tessa's so mad.
Oh,
so
fucking
mad.
classic. Give me this one and
Starting off strong.
that's gonna be too much.
Kiki
work.
still wants to talk tactics. She says it feels like we don't have a plan.
Scoot, did you update this turn order yet?
I have not.
Then I crit failed the last time.
No,
got
I
initiative
changed
too.
yours.
Oh, okay. Because I wouldn't be surprised.
Kiki didn't do great either. 7.
Allie's
That's not
super
gonna
ready.
be-
She rolled 17.
Super helpful, so I'll drop that one. Yeah, that'll do.
Allie's
That'll
gonna ask, do you want them slowed early, or do you want me to hold on to my ability to slow them as a last resort in case they're rapidly approaching the other side of the bridge?
I don't know. Pros and cons, right? Whatever seems appropriate at the time.
Okay.
Oh, so strategy is we just all do our own thing and hope it works out.
Maybe
Kiki's
not.
not-
What's
Kiki's
slowing
not
them down
happy.
specifically?
So Kiki-
What are you thinking, Kiki?
So Kiki's either gonna be like, delay them, speed us, create wall, knock them out. Like she's basically like the options are get to the other side. Like, so she has a couple of things that
Offense or
could-
defense, right?
Partly, but it's that's what she's trying to figure out. So she has some interesting things as a tinkerer, like a flashbang.
Ooh.
She's got her rope bombs to entangle them, but she's like, do we just go all in with like walls, plank, and then
By the nature of the rules, do we have to be touched like on the bridge physically, like, or can we find another way across?
No flight, no
No, I meant, like,
teleportation, but that was it.
Let's say there was a rope,
Yeah.
but we're not touching the bridge. Because they said cross the bridge, so there might be a technicality there.
They just said
They said
cross
get to the
bridge,
other
get
side.
the other side
Oh.
without flight or
Get to the other
using of
side.
magic to
Okay.
teleport yourself or anything like that.
Did they put any kind of like time on that?
Nope.
Whoever
don't
does
we-
it first wins.
Whoever
Why don't
gets
we just
everyone
leave
across
super
first.
early and just go over there?
Well, because then we're not on the other side yet. Now we're just on the side.
Now you're both on the same side, Tessa.
Which could be interesting, right? We don't have to necessarily race at cross purposes. We could both be racing in the same direction. That sounds completely within the rules.
Mhm.
If we think that's
I don't know if that's easy.
more betterer.
That's not more
Yeah.
better, because that
That's
means
not
that
more
any
better.
wall that's cast. Oh, I mean, that means that we're all fighting each other, because then in that case, nobody's casting any walls because it'll slow them down too.
Well,
Right.
let's think about what each of our strengths are. We have a couple ranged people. I'm big and have a sword. Allie's very nimble. I think we probably don't want to use magic because of that dude. Maybe.
And magic's great. It just probably isn't going to affect him, right? Like I could
Just-
pop up a wall of force, but he'll just probably walk right through. Vibe I got.
So
Unless
is
you
Kiki and
buff us.
Yeah.
Yes, he's immune to magic, or he's got some degree of resistance to magic. I highly doubt he's got a degree of resistance to being punched in the face.
Few
Only one way to
people
find
do.
out, though. I should really test that theory, shouldn't
or bumps. So Kiki will
Okay.
also be like, rules are they all have to get across.
Every single one.
So Kiki's like, fuck him. Like she's like, take one person out, like or
Yeah,
pin
he
one
can go
person
across if he
down.
wants, but good luck with yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in other words, like if
Knock
he's
one off the
like
bridge.
something, like that's why she's like, listen,
Mhm.
but we all have to get across.
That kills
both
people, Tessa.
How far's the drop?
About 100 feet.
Yeah, he
I
wouldn't die.
vote the Goliath.
You could kick somebody off this. It's going to hurt them to hit the bottom because it's a gorge down there, but they won't.
I thought it
Maybe
was a
won't
river.
die.
I thought it was a
No,
river.
it's a gorge. It's solid down there.
Let's I'll station Somek at the bottom. If anyone does
To
fall, he can
catch-
stabilize him.
Just-
No. You let him hit,
Just
then
little
you
geckos.
stabilize.
Wait, what if you had a bunch of geckos with a big net?
Please.
Like
Wait,
those old
they said
trampolines
no
for
flight.
firefighters.
Should we jump down, hit a giant trampoline, and bounce out? Yeah.
I don't see why not.
This is very
Kiki will
Looney
also-
Tunes, and I love it.
I do too. So Kiki will point out that the bridge is 90 feet. So think about whether they or we double dash. That's 60 feet. Like in theory, unobstructed, you could get
I
there
can
in 2
cross the
turns.
whole bridge in a double dash.
But keep
You
in mind
could-
they have magic. They can put something down to
Yeah,
stop that.
they can also wall of fours. They can.
Yeah. But just we should have
Okay.
a plan and a fallback.
Yeah, we know
Totally.
we got timer running.
I do appreciate seeing it.
So Kiki votes that she could. Well, I mean, she's rolled fairly low. So, right. Of course, they all
I
go
haven't
right
rolled yet.
after. Fucking, please roll better than. Did. Oh, is that your old initiative?
I have a 10.
Eh.
Okay.
So, like Kiki, right now, she's like she could go out her full 30 feet. Who knows what they'll do up till then? And she could do a flashbang, and she could do a rope bomb, and hope those take effect. Those are dex. Both are dex saves. And that if she could immobilize at least, so the flashbang would blind someone, and or she could do 2 rope bombs. So those are her kind of disabling attacks without like
Okay.
hurting people.
Okay. Yeah, I don't feel like we can come up with too much strategy because we have so many unknowns about their capabilities.
Sounds like they know ours pretty well, though. That I don't like.
Oh,
But
for
they
sure.
they don't have the advantage of being a solid team like we are. They don't seem like friends. And we
Do
have
you
the power
think-
of friendship on our side.
I could.
Friendship and no plan. That's gonna be great.
I'm
I
gonna.
kinda-
Tessa,
Sorry.
Tessa, you think you could, I don't know, get us any kind of blessing from friendship?
Oh, because you know what heroism does, by the way.
What does it do?
It gives them temporary hit points, and they're all blessed
Oh, they're immune to being frightened.
if they're blessed.
Is there anything that you could do, actually, Tessa? That's a really good idea. If we're fighting for the power of goodness and friendship.
Are you asking me like if I can talk to Fran?
Yeah, do a divine
We'd have to go to the temple. Do we have time
thing.
to do that?
Sure.
You can't just
The
like
day
trade
before. We'll just gax ourselves over.
I guess we can ask for some support. Can we do that? Or
Yeah, you have time during the evening.
okay. Yeah. Book it over to the temple, and I guess I will kind of like
Make a religion check.
can't wait for that next fail. 15. That's not terrible.
Jesus
bad.
Christ.
Okay, what are you asking, Fran?
I'm asking Fran for her guidance and any support she can lend us to help defend our land, to help with, we want to be able to move forward with the temple, and we don't want to die.
Tessa gets a feeling that working together as a unit is how to win the day.
Okay. So yeah, pretty
I'll
much
take it.
what I thought. So we just have to be aware of each other. Let's keep everybody in mind. So let's focus on the strengths. So maybe I'm guessing that they're going to be trying to attack us. So Kiki and Nikki, maybe you guys want to hang back a little bit.
I think if we move together, that seems to be what Fran's suggesting. That we move as a unit, and that's the thing that they won't have. They'll be far easier to split. Plus, I still think there's no harm in yelling across the bridge at the beginning of things to the tiefling, like, "Hey, Bali, you want to like ditch these people and come work for us?"
I do like that strategy because it's kind of in line with.
I could also send her a message before bed.
That's probably an even better idea.
Hey, you up?
Hey, what are you doing?
You down
I'm awake. How about you?
DTF?
Okay.
Down to friendship.
Yes.
Ali, Kiki will like tug on your sleeve, and she's like, "Want rope bomb? Do you want rope bomb? Because you could use one of her. She can only build so many in
Ooh.
advance.
Sure.
But she can. So she can only have like 4 things built in advance, but she could, in theory, give each one of us a rope bomb. But
Sure.
well, I mean, not Thrax or whatever like that. So she'll give you. There's no. It's.
I know.
It doesn't have to be. I've never done this before, but there's nothing against it. So I'll send you about rope.
Also have a rule technicality question.
Sure.
Now they said you can't use flying to get across the bridge.
I knew it.
If one of I'm just saying, like, if one of us falls off, can I catch them and bring them back to the bridge? I'm not technically crossing the bridge or getting to the other side. I'm just swooping down and helping a friend. Is that against the rules?
No, I don't think that would be against the rules to like save somebody that's falling off. You just can't
I think it would
take
have to
off
be
from
like
one side or the other.
Yeah, I think it would also have to be like you probably would have to fly back no closer to your goal than where you jumped off from.
Makes sense.
I
can't
would
go
suspect...
forward, but I could probably go. Like, I can't make forward progress. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, or at least not obvious forward progress. Oh, and
Because
that's
I'm not going to
time.
let you guys fall down into your gorge, so.
Thank you.
Okay, Gaffers, the hourglass has run out. Your prep time is up.
Okay.
So
Great.
you
Let's do
arrive.
that.
Do you have your plan? Does
How
everyone want to
confusing.
do
Tessa's
any-
not going to gorge us, but she is gorgeous.
Thank you. I could go first.
Well,
Since
we
I'm
have an initiative order for a reason.
Oh,
That's what I
right.
was going to
Yeah.
say.
But does anyone want to do any prep before? So, like, you arrive, you're on the other side of the bridge. You see the other group is on the other side, looking rip-roaring, ready to go.
Nick,
Can
did you send the message?
What?
Did you send the message?
Oh yeah. We'd said that we were gonna do that, and then I never dictated it. Okay. Hey, want a job? You seem cooler than them. Talk to us after.
She's gonna make a roll. Okay, she says, she returns the message. Are you serious?
That's it.
Yeah, that's the response. She gets to respond with message.
Well, yeah, but she can respond with like 25 words,
Yeah,
not
that's
just
all
like
she
4.
gets then is, are you serious about that?
I gotta make sure that I can send another sending. I already did like 2 this morning.
Just nod
You just
across
nod.
the bridge.
Sending
Now you need to
sending.
message one of the other
Okay,
ones and say,
third level.
she's going to
Yeah,
turn
I've got
against
slots.
you.
I've got slots.
Okay.
I'll shoot her another one and say, well, I mean, you'd have to interview, but the offer's open.
You see like they're all prepping, right? They're like checking gear and whatnot as you folks are, and so you see her head pop up because she got it, and she responds back to you. Is the blue tiefling gonna interview me?
I'm done burning spell slots on this, so I'll just look over there and just kind of shrug.
You're the only one that hears this because it's message. But
Are we not like getting ready, like across the bridge from each other?
You are, but you're sending her
Yeah.
messages, so
Yeah.
she got back, and you shrug, and that's it.
Well, technically, you're in range now for just straight message as a cantrip,
Oh,
so you don't have to burn the sending.
yeah,
slot.
I would be. Okay, well, in that case, I'll shoot her another message.
I was like, why are you spending spell slots? Whatever, you can if you want.
I started by thinking that I was sending them like the previous day, when I would have had to view spell slots. Anyways, okay, fantastic. Put those back. Shoot her another message. That could be arranged.
And she says, make it happen.
I'll send him a nod.
Stay across the bridge.
Yeah,
They lose.
I'll just saying, better chances if we win this. We've got a lot more in our coffers to play with.
You messaged her that, right?
That's a message, yeah.
Yeah, you see her now, her face is turning. Al, you probably see her looking at you, you don't know what's happening. This is just message between Nikki and this tiefling. And she's like, yeah, I'm not interested in playing with coffers. And if you could do an emoticon with a message spell, you would get the winky face. But it just gets.
I mean, you kind of can. You just have to say winky face.
Well, what comes across is colon end parenthesis, and you're like, wait, what? Semicolon end parenthesis.
But like she just says that, right?
That's what it comes in your mind is colon end parenthesis. Semicolon end
Fantastic.
parenthesis. Yeah.
All
Peach
right.
emoji.
Ooh. Peach emoji.
Peach emoji.
All right, then. I think we're ready to go. So,
We're ready to go.
the battle of the bridge begins. Allie, you were up first.
I'm holding my action till they act.
They are up. They are arrayed. They are arrayed with the two. Sorry.
For the listeners, there was a little bit of shuffling in Roll20 going on in that moment.
My bad. So they are arrayed like in a very standard battle formation. The Goliath and the Shielded Gentleman are up front, and with the monk to one side, the wizard to the other, and the Cobalt Alchemist in the back. But they do move as a unit up very carefully, and you see the bridge sways just a little bit as it is a long rope bridge, but still fairly well made. So it's well made. So unless you exude a lot of force on it, it's not going to break or anything under you.
Sure.
They move up movement together, and every one of them prepares an action.
Yeah, I know the bridge is well made. Scoot, it better be with what I paid for it to be put in.
This was here before you got here, so don't give me sass.
Yeah, but I choose to claim
maintenance costs.
Allie,
Yeah. That's what I meant to say.
I don't really have anything much that I want to do just yet. I suppose. Oh, I know what I'll do. I'm going to cast darkness where they currently are.
Okay, so you put down darkness.
Yep. And then as a bonus action, I inhale Stormlight.
Okay. Nikki.
Do you move?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll move up. Sorry,
I was like, the goal is to get across.
Everyone just waits.
Kiki,
I want us to move as a group, but yeah, I'll move up.
Okay.
And I'm assuming that, like, basically, we're all acting fast enough that functionally we're
You're
moving
as a unit, yeah.
Okay.
But you folks as human beings get more agency than the NPCs do, so that's why I'm
All
moving
right.
them as a unit.
I'll take it.
Nikki.
All right. Nikki. All right, I will move my 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I have 40, but I actually want to be right here. Feet. Thank you, Transmuter Stone. Okay. On my way up, when I pass Tessa, I'll pat her on the shoulder and ask, "You gonna be big or fast?"
I think big might be a bad idea for the bridge.
Boom.
Fun idea. Fun
I'm
idea.
just crashing through the bridge.
Tessa gets big, the bridge immediately falls, everyone dies.
Everyone dies and loses. So. No, I mean, we have several people with wings, so...
You race to, like, climb back up the
We would
wall.
survive.
Yeah. Not a terrible strategy.
I can have my fall damage.
Yeah.
So
I can hope that I land on top of Tessa.
See, now I'm thinking. Now you got me thinking.
what are you casting on Tessa, Rob?
I'm casting haste on Tessa.
Casting haste on Tessa. Kiki.
Haste is
All right.
great.
So
It's just so
let me
good.
just see how far I can do. 30. Okay, so I'm gonna move. Oops, hops if I have the right. Okay, so Kiki's gonna move up right behind Allie, and she is going to for her first attack, because it's a range of 60 feet, which I think is plenty. Yeah, she's gonna lob a rope bomb right at where the first two people were. I know they're in darkness, but it's from what I can read from this, it's not that I have to see them.
No,
It just
that's an
says
area attack.
dex
So you're just throwing in an area.
Yeah. So it is a dex save for them. They have to beat an 18.
Neither of them do. So poof, he hits them
Okay.
and they'll get wrapped up.
Okay, so
10-foot radius, right?
10-foot radius. That's why
Would it
I
also
did for the.
potentially hit either this one or this
It
one?
would hit the whiz. So just for the folks at home,
I-
so it would hit the.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on where Kiki throws it. If she's throwing it right in between them, it might. But they'll give them advantage because now we're like messing with area.
So she's going to do the front two because she has a second attack.
Okay, so you want to make sure you hit the front two. The monk makes it. The
100%.
wizard does not.
But I can't actually see that because of the
No,
darkness,
you
right?
hear it. You see it go in. You hear some people swearing, and you see the
Clank,
monk
clank,
kind
clank.
of
Fuck!
move away and like comes out. You see the bridge kind of shift to one side as weight gets moved. You can see a little bit of the tiefling as she pierces out of the darkness and comes back in, as if she was dodging something.
Oh, can tieflings see in magical darkness? by
No,
the
they
way?
can't.
No,
You
but
can't.
she heard she has keen other senses and heard the rope go off, and then just moved the hell out of the way. And she's very quick
Okay.
reactions.
Can you ping which one? Sorry, which one is
All of them.
Which one is
So,
brown?
these three here. This
Uh-huh.
one is not.
Okay.
Okay, so wizard,
oh, wait,
large armored human, and
Goliath lady.
Goliath are entangled.
Stellar.
all right, because Kiki can't do a whole lot more. She's going to throw one more, and same thing, same save, 18. I know it's a monk, but she wants to try to do something.
Unfortunately, she doesn't do anything. That monk gets the hell out of the way.
Okay, that's all Kiki can do.
Okay. Tessa.
Okay, I'm going to move up next to Allie. I'm going to bring out my sacred weapon as my action, and as my bonus action, I am going to cast Blinding Smite on the blade, which is a level 2. So anytime I hit, it does extra radiant damage, and also they have to roll not to be blinded.
Okay. Wow.
Which is great because they probably won't even notice if they fail or not.
Blinded by the light.
That's
Thrax will move up. He's just gonna move up, keep with the group, but he's gonna hold his action.
What's that sword for?
That's you cast Sacred Weapon, didn't you?
Oh, well, yeah, but that's
Spiritual.
just the weapon I'm holding.
Did you cast
Not spiritual
not
weapon.
spiritual.
Different.
Whoops, then you don't get that sword. My bad.
Yeah, you know, that just, like, gives
That's
me
a
bonus
cool looking sword
attack.
though.
Yeah.
It was a very good looking sword icon. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that was awesome. I mean, keep that there for flavor.
Allie, you are up now.
All right. I am once again going to advance us.
I am once again asking you to stay on that side of the bridge.
Let me just see. Where? Oh, that's what I was checking. I was checking to see how long darkness stays in. All right, darkness is a concentration spell.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I want to keep the darkness up until we're all right in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
Can I? Nah, we're all going to be acting before they get to go again, so functionally it's the same. Oh wait, no.
No, they're right after you.
Right. All right. So I'm once again going to hold my action until they've gone.
Okay. They go. And you hear. So Kiki, it's a strength check to break out of those ropes, right?
Whatever the standard.
Yeah.
They don't give
yeah,
that much detail. Whatever the
strength
standard
check.
thing.
Wow, she's out. The Goliath gets out, and you hear her scream as she enters a rage as a free action, and she made a strength check to get out, so she moves forward. She just comes barreling out of the darkness and comes right to Tessa.
Bring it, bitch.
She is going to take one swing at you whilst raging. Does a 27 hit your AC?
Oof. It does.
Okay, she's gonna swing at you with a great maul. Hit you for 9 damage.
Which I have a 5 resist also, that is 4 damage.
Yep. You folks, Allie being one of the closest, you hear that, you just see two beings just poof out of your darkness as if they did a like misty step. Which
Didn't
is
you
Hey!
we're not allowed to do a Misty Step thing?
Only
you were speculating.
across the bridge. We were speculating. It's true, but that indicates that we can fly forward on the bridge if we want to.
Meta question.
Hmm?
That was presented by you as a thing that we could not do. I took it as a GM statement of this is a thing that cannot be done in this particular context. Was that
I lied.
you?
They're
Fair.
or they're dishonest.
Or they're not playing correctly because they are the bad people.
Fuck.
So this person moves. He's in move.
Which one is that? The pink one.
The pink one is the nigga magic the no magic gentleman.
He's just sword and board.
Sword and board, as far as you know.
Can we drop a circle on the map where the darkness is, and also Scoot on that note? Was it precisely Misty Step, or was it something like Misty Step?
It was Misty stepping out of it.
Okay. I asked because not to be like a rules lawyery dick, but it's to a space you can see.
Oh.
Ooh.
Where were they? Okay. Ooh, that's not right.
So they might be able to like stick their head, walk a little bit, stick their head out, do a step. But I just,
But they're also
you can't get out of. In my other game, I have a character who relies heavily on magical darkness, and it got turned against him, and it fucked us up real good.
This is a thing you learn from experience.
Okay, then,
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Then what'll happen is the wizard will go backwards then. The other guy cannot move then because he can't see anything, so he's going to try to get out. He does not. He is still stuck. Is he rooted in place, or is he just sort of bound by ropes, Kiki?
like I assume it's the rules for grappling, like
Like
grapples or
grapples,
whatever.
yeah.
It just says like rope shootout, and like I'm like, okay, that's great.
He's
Then I'll
gonna,
pop
If it is
himself.
grappled, then it speeds 0, but he still can do like spells and stuff.
right, so he's going to do that.
Drop it.
No, the wizard will pop out. The wizard will attempt to cast Hold Person on Tessa.
He can't see. from the
He's stuck
darkness.
out.
What save is that?
How high is the darkness?
It is a 15-foot sphere.
Okay, then he cannot see that, but now that he's out of the rope, he will move
Get his head sticking
through. Actually, no, he's going to stay here at the edge of the dark sphere and stick his head out and then cast Hold Person at Tessa.
Okay.
Very reasonable.
Fair.
All right, what is it? A wisdom saving
Wisdom
throw?
saving throw, please.
That's a special.
26.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm proficient in wisdom saving throws.
Hell yeah, you
Bring
are.
it.
That's my Tessa.
Fuck you.
The monk is going
So
to
the
be
kobold-
moving around in the darkness. Cobalt moves up into.
So
Just
the kobold
outside
got out of
it.
the ropes, or was never in the
Cobalt was never in the ropes. So
Okay.
he just moves through the sphere, and based on where you are, he's going to.
He's
throw-
probably a little confused because he's like, oh, this is a weirdly squishy bridge for this part of it as he like walks over the ropes.
He's going to chuck a vial right in between all of you, actually. So I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Tessa, what do we get from
yeah.
your aura?
You get a +5 bonus on your save.
I'm sorry, what save of dexterity you said?
Dexterity saves. 17 for Tessa.
24 for Nikki.
33 for Allie.
Oh, I'm sorry.
20.
That also, I have a shield master, so I add my shield's AC bonus to that, so that is a 20.
Okay, so you folks watch as a vial
Yes.
of acid comes spinning as he launches it and lands right in the middle of you. None of you take damage, but you see that it begins to eat through the floorboards, and
Ugh.
this square that is in literally the middle of all of you begins to eat away, and looking at it, it is easy
This
to
one right
tell
here.
that will be gone, which will then make the boards it's by, so this 5-foot row, very unstable, probably
Right.
by the start of their next turn.
Hypothetically started their next
Start
turn.
of the
Yeah.
next turn, which means Kiki and Thrax, since you're in that row, that will give in a couple of seconds, so you're going to need to move.
As part of our turn.
Yeah, or I mean, you can stay
Yeah.
there and fall. That's fine. Like Thrax can fall, he can fly.
If you've got a strategy.
Yeah.
They can technically both fall. They can both fly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kiki has
both of you. Can
I would just
yeah.
hover. I would not
Like
fly.
hover over the breastplate.
Wait, that would be great. Just be like, what? It fell? I didn't notice it fell out from under me. I'm just chilling. Just
Wait a minute. Kiki's boots don't technically count as flying, right? It's hovering.
No, they're flying boots.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
flying.
okay. I thought. Never mind.
You're falling with style
It is
boots,
your
Tessa.
turn.
It's actually my turn because I held my action until
Sorry,
they
it is
adapted.
Allie's turn.
Yeah, conveniently enough, there's now somebody in front of me to attack, which just seems like a much better use of my time than just about anything else I could be doing right now. So I'm gonna attack.
Good choice.
Attack.
That's not gonna hit.
Nope.
Does the 15 hit?
Nope.
Motherfucker.
Well, you added a +1 to the 15, by the way, not a +9.
Oh,
So a 23 will hit.
23 was like
23
great.
will definitely hit. I was like, wait, she rolled a 14. There's no way your modifier's a +1.
Okay, there's not. Alright. Then in that case. So she's going to take 6 damage, which is almost absolutely nothing, unfortunately. But, because it hit, I'm spending a key point to make it a stunning strike. So, con saving throw from her, please.
Go, 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 go.
Nope, she is stunned.
Great. She's stunned until the end of my next turn.
Got it.
And
Which one?
oh, I also
The
get
one
a bonus.
with Tessa.
I get a
Nice.
bonus melee attack.
Yep.
Because monks are great.
Which means you will
Monks
have
are so
advantage on
fucking
this
cool.
because she is stunned.
Great. 25. That
Nice,
hits.
You hit.
She takes another 9 damage. She is
Got
still
it.
stunned.
Attack
and
rolls
move.
against the creature have
And
advantage. Nice.
since she's still stunned, I'm going to move up
Yes.
to make space for Kiki to move up as well.
Okay. It is Kiki's turn.
All right. So Kiki is going to, as her companion mentioned, she's going to move up here. She is going to throw her last pre-made rope bomb in between the wizard and who's the one right up front?
The alchemist.
The
Again?
alchemist.
The alchemist. So they have to do the same dex saving.
Oh, well, the wizard critically failed, and the alchemist got a 3 on the dice. There's no way they beat your DC.
Okay, and then as a free action to the alchemist, who's like, "Your potion sucks." And so, she doesn't have cutting words or any of that. I wish she did because she'd love to do a little bit of psychic damage, but that's her the end of her turn.
Okay. Tessa, it is your turn.
Okay, well, I have advantage on this stunned Goliath gal now,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm gonna pull out my sword, and is it 29 hitter?
Yeah, that hits her.
Oof.
Roll again, see if you crit.
Crit fish!
Nah,
Nope,
it's
29
not.
hits,
Okay,
though.
so she's going to take 25 damage, and she has to roll a con saving throw to not be blinded.
She's not. What is the DC?
Oh shit.
She got like a 17 on the dice. I think she made it, but I don't know what your DC is.
Oh no, what is it? 17.
Yeah, she's not blinded.
Doesn't it go to the attacker?
She got a
Just the
17 on
roller.
the dice, not with the modifier. She has over 17.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we're gonna do that again.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's 27.
That'll hit.
That was
27
quick
will hit,
fishing.
yeah.
Another blinding smite, so 26 damage.
She
roll
fails
con.
this time.
All right, she is blinded until the spell ends.
Okay.
The target must succeed on a con saving throw or be blinded until the spell ends, which is a minute on this one. So
Nice.
Did
I-
we skip my turn this round?
I have one more attack.
We'll get back. We'll get you next. Sorry, I think I got messed up.
Okay. Yeah. No worries.
I got because I'm hasted. So thank you, Nikki. I'm gonna use my my number 3. Does a 34? Oh, that's a crit. That's a crit because I have a Vorpal Blade.
Yep.
Yup.
Ooh.
That's a crit.
Snicker stack goes her head.
So she takes 64.
Oh!
For the listeners, Deb cracked her knuckles before rolling damage. Like she was like, "Oh yeah."
You almost rolled possible critical damage Like you got a 5,
you know
an
what?
8, 8, and a 5.
Fuck it, I'm gonna put a divine smite on it.
Okay, you would double this, roll the divine smite. You would roll that as well.
That
So
is that doubled too?
That's double too. It's all the damage
Then
we
that's-
dump in. So that's,
That's
40.
20.
That's 40. Yes, that's 42.
Four.
84 damage. I mean, she's dead.
Okay, so
Throw her off the bridge.
Now, do we win by default?
No, they could drag her across.
corpse. Yes, I knew it.
So she just drops. Dude, you
Hey,
just boom.
Can
She's
Tessa,
heavy, I
as a
don't-
bonus action, shove her through the expanding acid hole?
I used my bonus
Oh.
action already.
You're a thing.
Oh.
She doesn't need to. It's gonna be fine. I promise.
Okay.
Yeah, so you folks just watch. Tessa, how do you do this? Like, you must be fuming at this woman.
So what's funny is that I think Tessa was not intending to kill her, because
Come on.
but the fact that she's also trying to physically attack me. I think she was trying to wound her, but she was just so full of the power that she just kind of lost it a little bit. So I think that she wasn't aiming for a death blow, so it's probably just a regular, normal, like sword through the chest kind of thing.
Yep. You did that even though she's raging, and like, but your attacks are all magical at this point because the smites. So you guys watch as Tessa takes that first hit, just gets real mad, and that big sword comes up, and that Vorpal cuts in deep into the clavicle and down into the chest cavity, and you watch these two very large, swole women just have a purely strength-based fight, as like an old-timey boxer just knows they're gonna get hit. Those old brawlers in the bar pubs, just one hit, and then Tessa just puts her down as she falls with, and it takes Tessa a moment to get the sword out of the body.
Oh.
Nikki,
And,
Okay.
that just happened.
Does she look like she's like 100% permadead,
she's
or
gone.
like she
No,
like?
I mean, if you had a if you had a Revivify, you could in theory bring her back, but like she's pretty gone at this point.
So she's not like 0 hit points, could be stabilized. She's like dead.
Tessa put the sword from her, started in the shoulder and ended in like the chest cavity. You don't bounce back from that.
I've seen some crazy fucking injuries. Okay,
Okay.
in my adventuring time. Okay, good. Then I don't feel bad about this. I'm gonna go up and grab her feet and drag her into the hole.
Make a strength
Wow.
check.
She's big.
She's a huge, she's a very large,
I know.
dense
I know.
thing, right?
Okay.
As I do, I'm gonna say Thrax's gonna need a hand with this one. Strength check is just gonna be a raw 1d20 for me.
That's a
Or-
It was
4.
gonna be like, girl.
Guys,
I was like,
hard.
girl.
I'll pull off a boot and turn to Thrax and be like, "Help!"
And like Thrax has the scimitars out, like ready to help Tessa, and he just sort of puts one back, and he just puts it, and he's like, "No, let's just leave it here, okay?
They're gonna drag her across though.
We won't let them."
Okay.
And he just looks at Tessa, like he's like, well, he'll probably look back at and no one, because no one's really paying attention to him. He's just like, "Wow, okay," and just blades back out, ready to go.
How turned on is he at Tessa? Like,
He was super turned on by Tessa, and then the whole "let's dump the corpse in the ravine" happened, and that took it down from like a full,
Okay,
full
hear me
mass to
out.
like 7/8.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. I've got Somek down there to stabilize people. Okay. I was hoping. There was a chance.
They have the net.
No. Okay. I don't think they have a net, but I really truly like that was not a joke. Like I sent Somek down there to stabilize anyone that falls and dies.
He
I just
helps
see these
you.
geckos with a net catching this massive Goliath dead weight body.
I don't think the net thing is going to
No,
work.
So he does help you. He goes, "Okay, I guess," and then helps you because he crit his strength check. So he just helps you, and the body goes tumbling, and Somek looks up and then just gets out of the way. But
Good luck, Somek.
It's like an Acme anvil coming down.
Yeah, but luckily Somek's not Wile E. Coyote, and Somek, this body just crashes into the ground from 100 feet in the air.
Oh,
So
shit.
it's more damaged because it fell 100 feet and took the fall damage.
Okay, but if we
She'll
were
be okay.
already at can't be brought back with just a healing spell, we're no farther, right? I haven't. You don't go more negative. Like Revivify is not like, oh, you took damage after you died. Sorry, bud. Like, there's still a chance.
There is a Somek's like level 4. Like he's not.
So Allie could in fact revivify her.
Actually, that's
Not now because she's in a gorge.
Allie has no intention of
If we
revivifying
finish
her.
this in less than a minute and get down there, look, she's out. She's not a problem anymore. She's not going to get across the bridge.
Okay, let's keep
we
going,
just
y'all.
need to get across the bridge.
Okay, it's Thrax did that, so we're back at the top of the turn order. Allie, you watch Thrax and you watch.
Nikki,
Tessa...
did you move at all? Is that it?
Yeah,
You
you
tried
just-
and you just stayed where you
Probably.
are?
Oh yeah. I'll come to this side of the.
Like, come on, y'all.
Thrax,
Like,
move up.
No,
the game.
I'm
Name of
not
the
the
game. Get it.
worst in chat. I'm not the worst. I'm getting him to the cleric. Or her to the cleric.
I said we are the worst as a friend collective.
It's fine.
It's a compliment.
I'm trying
Allie,
to get
you
her to the
look-
clearek.
Allie, you look down.
I just
and
wanna get
you
her to
see
the
body
cleric.
just tumble, bam, into the gorge below.
Alright.
Do with that as you will.
And you heard me yell, "Good luck, Somek."
So, what are the other guys like? What do they think? What's going
So
on? in their
most
head
of them
right now? Thought bubble.
are dealing with they haven't noticed yet because
Ropes
two of
and
them are trying to
darkness?
deal with ropes and two of them are in darkness. They haven't seen this. They heard a fight going on and then a very loud thud. But,
And a good luck.
and good luck Somek, and they don't know what's happening.
So Allie's gonna, I guess as a free action, yell to the monk. Job offer still stands if you back off the bridge. I don't know if she's gonna do anything or not.
Okay.
But
So you yell that. There is no response.
okay. Then I've got some smacking to do.
Okay.
I don't want to move up.
And they're bound. The ones you can see are bound, by the way. So.
That's true. Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to smack the kobold though. We're having a nice conversation about how shitty this wizard is.
You don't have to beat up the
They
kobold.
threw acid at-
I really want to smack the magic dude.
You can.
Well,
You
yeah.
can get in there.
Yeah,
It's
but y'all are
partly-
gonna. All right. I can. I'll still be able to disengage afterwards. If I don't, yeah, okay. I'm gonna drop darkness. I'm gonna go punch the magic user / stab him with a spear for a while.
Okay, something that you see as the darkness comes down is that the monk was getting him out of his ropes and had finished that, and you see he has now pulled the blade and a blow is coming down, but she has caught it on her quarterstaff as he has now started to attack her.
Oh fuck no! All right, definitely going to wait. If he's attacking her, does that mean I'm flanking him technically?
Technically, yes, because he's dealing with two. He's dealing with two
Wait.
combatants, regardless if they're his allies or
Shit, so
allies or not.
he's attacking the other tiefling check.
Yeah,
Wow.
because
okay.
you just
Oh.
yelled, "Hey, our job offer still stands." So he realized, oh no, I
Oh, shit.
probably have been betrayed.
Oh shit! I just realized that.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Working as intended, baby.
Okay.
That's right.
Divide the
So
party.
Discord.
All right, so then I get advantage on this, right?
Yes.
Does a 22 hit?
Yes, it will.
Takes 10 damage. Second attack. A 25 hits.
Mm-hmm.
He takes 11 damage, and I'm spending a key point. That's a stunning strike. He is now stunned until the end of my next turn, and I get a bonus melee.
Does he have a save for that?
Stunning strike? Oh yeah, sorry. He's con save.
What does he need to hit?
Let's see. 8 proficiency plus wisdom is 17.
He hits it. Barely, but he hits it.
Okay. Then I'm going to roll my. Can I do it? Cannot do that thing. Can't do that thing. I'm just gonna hit him with flurry of blows then.
Mhm.
Which is 3 strike. Sorry, I'm still learning flurry of blows and how it works. It's. Do I have to make an attack roll or do I just do the damage
You
for
have
it?
to attack him. You're punching him. You're doing the punches.
Okay.
Well, you're doing a combination of physical attacks. So punch, kick, knees. It might be just be, if you're Jackie Chan, you're using a ladder. He loves ladders.
Well, these are all shit.
Nice.
I don't hit him with
That's-
anything.
Yeah, you're still. The bridge is wobbly. He's attacking this tiefling, so he's swinging weird. Okay, bad people are up. Yeah. So now that the darkness is gone, they're seeing what's going on, and they see that they're sort of figuring out. So the alchemist just sort of takes this, he's gonna adjust away from you because you're not a good thing he wants to be around. Now something else happened. So first thing I need is for Nikki to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
You absolutely got it. Is this on?
This is from the gentleman with the anti.
I thought there was one that I'm punching right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
he has a thing he can do that's at range.
But
So
he's
is
also
this?
attacking the tiefling.
Yeah, now that the darkness is gone, his attention is turned back to he sees Nikki and he is doing a thing.
Okay.
I accept. Is this
It's a con save, please.
concentration-y or just a con
This
save?
is a con save for you.
Okay.
Add your +5.
Hey, you should be very familiar
Ooh,
with
thank
what this
you.
is about to happen.
This is why I told Nikki to expend a whole bunch of spell slots.
Unfortunately, I had one turn and then I had to dump a body. 13.
You didn't
Okay,
have
you
to
did not
dump
make
body.
this. Nikki, how many unused spell slots do you have?
Let me count the ways. All of them, except for one.
Hey, question: is he launching a spell, or is
No,
this a
he has
weird?
snapped his
Okay.
fingers.
Okay, this is a
Okay.
weird.
I
I
nature.
was gonna say, out
I
of
can
spell.
homebrew too.
I'm torn. I want to use an inspiration to try to get a better roll, but I've never actually gotten to fight a Mage Slayer before, so I'm really excited to see what happens.
You want to use
Yes,
that point of
yes.
inspiration, Rob. I
Okay,
promise I
okay,
won't tell you
okay.
What happens? But you want to
I'll
use
just
that
have
point of
Scoot tell me
inspiration.
what happens after.
Oh, you'll see what happens because it's gonna happen.
Okay, so there goes an inspiration. It's another
no.
13. There goes an inspiration. It's a 15.
A
There goes an
15
inspiration.
No, the 15 makes it.
Oh, okay.
He's
I was
not
assuming
very
it was like
high
17.
level Mage Slayer. He's relatively
Hog.
low. You folks aren't 20.
Mage
Like,
Slayer.
Amazing. Okay, 15 makes it.
how many unused spell slots do you have?
I have 14.
Jesus Christ.
It would have killed you.
I've cast one spell. What do you want from me?
Cast
More
more spells.
spells.
Take half of 56 damage. So that
Half of
is 20.
Oh, because the round down. Okay,
28.
gotcha.
So you take 28
Okay.
damage, and all of your spell slots are tapped.
Every single one.
Everything you
Yep.
have not used.
Okay.
That's what Mage Slayers do.
That's what Mage Slayers in my world do. It's not what the
Briseis can do this.
Yep.
It's how I murdered someone once.
Nikki,
Yeah,
can you
no
put your health
kidding.
bar up so I can see where you're at.
They were in
low.
rank.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay. Yes, I will figure out how to do that.
Double click on your token.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, now the wizard gentleman, seeing that happen, is going to send a couple of magical missiles at Nikki at Cassidet.
Oh, hey, guess what,
Critical.
Nikki? You're immune to
What?
magic missile because of that shield brooch I got you.
I was gonna say, let me have it. Let me have it, baby.
Right, but the wizard doesn't know that, so out
Hell
come
yeah.
magic missiles and they get blocked. So he's very perturbed by that.
Ooh, can I do a performance check to look like it hurt a lot?
Sure.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do like a Wonder Woman bracelet deflect.
No, I don't want. I want him to keep doing this. Oh no, Rare Rabbit! Don't use magic missile on me.
Oh, it hurt.
The pain.
Yeah,
7.
You really oversell it. You're like, no, and you're like doing like a John Woo, like going back, but he can see that it like the magic is blocking the missiles. He's like, oh.
Damn it.
Now at this point,
Nikki never took drama class in college. She's like,
so the alchemist Cobalt watched what happened to Nikki, and is open mouth of God at what, as if he didn't know that was a thing. And he just sort of, he does his best to back up as much on the bridge as he can, and he's really now focused on the guy that Allie is fighting. He's reaching in his pack for other things.
Ooh.
Well, it could be a buff.
Okay, Nikki, it is your turn. Actually, I'm sorry. The other monk has to go, and she's also going to attack the other guy, because fuck that. She's trying to kill her. Okay, she does real well.
Real
She
well.
crit. Okay.
Tag team monks.
And Fury of Blows.
Ooh, important question.
Not the way that Nikki wants to.
So
Did
there's...
haste drop?
Thank you for getting that, Deb.
Sorry?
Did haste automatically drop when I lost my spell slots, or do I just have to roll a concentration check?
You have to roll a concentration check and beat
Okay.
whatever we said it was.
28.
It's half of that, right?
No, 28 was half.
It's half damage, or is it
If
damage?
you failed, you would have took 57 HP.
No, I mean the rules for I
It
thought
is-
concentration checks is 10 or half damage, or is it just 10 or
It's
damage?
10 or
It's half damage.
It's 10 or half the damage you took, whichever is
Okay.
higher. So it'd
Yeah.
be-
So it's 13 for me because
Yep.
I took 20 or 28, so it's 14 for me.
Yep.
Okay. I have advantage on concentration checks because I have the Warcaster feat.
Mhm.
And I also, it's a save, so I get my thingy. So it's
Nice.
23.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Actually, you watch. Allie would say this as she is incredibly fast. Like she can most likely keep up with you.
Ooh.
And you just see her start to really hit his weak spots in the armor, and just like under, in the throat, solar plexus, on like at the knee, behind, and she ropes a strike around, like kind of a like cobra style, to the right to the back of his knee, which causes him to drop to the ground. He's very nearly dead from the damage, but he's not entirely dead.
Allie can help with that.
Kiki, it's your turn.
Okie dokie smoky. Alright, so Kiki's gonna move here. So she's on the other side of Allie, right kind of behind her. And then she's gonna lob a flash bomb, which is a flashbang. It's a 10-foot radius, just so it can try to get the alchemist and the wizard.
Mhm.
And it's a deck save. 18.
The cobalt crit, but the wizard got a 2.
Poor baby. Oh.
So
I've been there.
Kiki
Wizard
has-
deck saves are.
So Kiki has she has 2 attacks, but she can't like cast a cantrip as her second attack, can she?
You can.
Okay. So for effect, she wants to cast Minor Illusion
Mm-hmm.
of the head of the defeated kobold. And she's going to lift it up and say, "The strongest among you has fallen. Flee! Flee for your life!" Because she wants to basically like, we took out your big guns. Like, see if that does anything. That's what she's going to try to do.
Okay.
Mostly because it's funny.
Yeah, so the kobold is not... He's scared, and Kiki can interpret this however she wants. In reality, he's terrified of the man that almost killed the wizard, did it with a finger snap, but it's all kind of lined up, so like Kiki's in between them, so he looks terrified. So Kiki can believe whatever Kiki wants to believe.
Okay.
Tessa, you're up.
That's gonna hurt.
So I am actually going to use a free action to touch Nikki on the shoulder and send her 5 health points.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. She's
Friendship.
friendship. She's going to. She's still hasted. She'll take an attack of opportunity from the kobold if he.
He's too scared to do
okay.
anything. He wants.
Yeah.
He would love if everyone forgot he was there.
I'm not going to
I wanna
focus so
bring
much
my
on him.
player.
I'm not targeting him. He seems like he's just in the wrong place at the wrong time, kind of thing. But this Mage Slayer hurt Nikki pretty hard. Tried to kill her. So,
I mean, if you came up next to Allie at that point, Allie would be like, "Nah, I got him. Smack the mage."
does an 18 hit him?
Which one?
The Mage Slayer.
The Mage
Okay.
Slayer is the.
You're
is
you're
big
clicking the
one.
wizard on the map, Deb.
This
I
is the
am.
wizard.
Oh, okay.
Wizard is to the left of you. Mage Slayer is the upper right.
Oh, I want the
Actually,
Mage Slayer.
An 18 will not hit him.
All right. Actually, you said he's almost dead, right?
He's very nearly dead.
I'm gonna save him for Allie then. I actually thought this was the... Okay, I understand. I'm gonna actually attack the wizard then.
Yep. So go ahead and roll
I'm
the
gonna
next attack.
do... This is the
We're
second
off
attack.
to kill the wizard.
28.
Yeah, he's wearing a hoodie. Like,
He's a
it's an enchanted hoodie, but it's a hoodie.
He'll take
Hey, I resemble that remark.
25 and a con save.
Nope.
He is blinded.
Okay.
One more attack on him.
Oh, he was already.
Was he already
Wasn't he
blinded?
already blinded?
Yeah.
One
Well,
of the
now
two
he's
was
super
blinded.
blind.
He's double
That is
blind.
now super
Okay.
dead.
Super
He's
blind.
double blind.
Great
One
for
more.
Both
great for
eyes.
Kristen.
Stunning.
I have
Not for
confidence
me,
in
Dude.
Semek's
sir.
abilities.
Ew,
I know.
you've all at the same place.
23 will hit.
25.
Yeah, magic. Oh god, he's gone.
Oh shit! I killed somebody else.
Yeah, he's dead.
I also wasn't trying to kill him, but apparently I don't know my own strength. Oops.
I want you to know Somek underneath is like relaying all this back to other of the Gex gang. Like, it's true, she is the strongest.
She might feel bad about this later, but maybe not right now in the heat of the moment.
Yeah, and Semek's like, and she brought them low. He's gonna go back and start proselytizing the other geckos. Not that he needs
right.
to.
Spider Slayer.
So I will
Prince
say,
Defender.
Tessa, he looks less dead than the Goliath. Like, you might be able to save him if Allie acts quick enough. The Goliath's super dead, mostly because you haven't chucked him off the bridge yet, Nikki. I don't know if it's the plan.
I mean, we didn't know much about the wizard, right? He didn't really have like a ton of interactions.
Right.
Wizard was very businessy.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't necessarily make him like an evil guy. The Goliath seemed pretty on the low,
Cold-hearted
like the
merc.
down low. Yeah, cold-hearted
Yeah.
merc.
Allie-
I was down with the wizard. He at least had the decency to come up with like a very clear explanation of what they wanted and what they were offering, and like
Yeah. So
it
maybe
made my life a lot easier.
Maybe
Allie does not have a particularly strong motivation to bring him back.
I could actually. I also have Revivify.
Yeah, so Thrax is going to come up, and Thrax is going to pull out shackles, which he has for reasons, and
Allie advised him on which ones to buy.
Yeah, he will just point them to the Cobalt, and the Cobalt will
So
just like
considerate.
just go ahead and put his hands out, and he's going to shackle them up.
It's a good call.
Yeah, the Cobalt wants nothing to do with this deal anymore, and is like, whatever. Allie, you are up.
I'm gonna smash this Mage Slayer.
Okay.
Would Allie know what Mage Slayers are? Be courtesy of her aunt.
Make a history check. See if you were paying attention when you're hanging out with your aunt.
Non-natural 20.
Yeah, you know that these are people that are specifically trained and by various sources to bring down wizards to make sure that wizards don't get all crazy because they can bend reality to their will and such. You know, it's a rough thing. They are specifically designed to target arcane folks. They're much less effective on like druids or clerics. But your aunt is one, and she's a very good one. But there are folks that are not as good that still do this.
Yeah.
But so now, after seeing what he did to Nikki, he was basically their trademark. So you know this is what he is.
Yeah. I feel inclined to look. Allie is not in any kind of formal relationship structure whatsoever with Nikki. However, Nikki is both her friend and someone who she very much enjoys sleeping with, and she would like to continue sleeping with for the relatively near future, at the very least. So she does not appreciate this whole Mage Slayer killing her fuck buddy business. So she's gonna kill him, or at least attempt to kill him.
Do it.
Oh, can you?
24 hit.
If you leave him slightly alive, I could finish him, and that would also be hilarious.
Finish him.
Does the 9 kill him?
How do you want to do it?
Over the bridge.
So Allie's actually going to. So when the other tiefling kind of hits him with that strike behind the knee that brings him down to one knee, Allie's going to kind of drive the butt of her spear down into the other knee, so he's now on both knees, and then rotate the spear over and basically just drive it straight down through his neck.
And
Ooh.
you folks watch as
Savage.
she's very incredibly gracefully, sort of a weird foil to Tessa just cleaving that Goliath in two. Spear
twain.
comes down, spear comes
If you
back
will.
up and just starts going in through the clavicle, piercing down. not as far as Tessa would have gone, but definitely quite a ways. As a little bit of blood comes out, hits the other tiefling, and he just drops over.
I'm gonna look over at the other tiefling and say sorry about that.
Make a perception check.
Oh, my specialty.
Yep.
Oh, what is my... Sorry, my keyboard did a weird thing.
Oh, right.
22.
She seems into it.
Alright.
Can I ask her, like, hey, your wizard friend, was he a good dude?
No.
Okay, I'm not gonna waste the spell slot then.
Are you a good dude?
I'm gonna turn to the tiefling and say, hold that thought. I'm gonna turn around and walk back to Nikki. Nikki, you're gonna get a whole bunch of healing. Let's see. That's...
Nikki needs to move up the bridge, by the way.
I
We
haven't
need to
had a
actually
turn.
We need to cross the bridge.
Haven't had a
Maybe we
turn.
should. Can we all cross
Kiki's
the bridge
on
right now?
mission, I know.
It's
Kiki's
not my
on
turn
mission.
yet.
Wisdom plus currency.
Double.
I would love to
down.
cross the bridge, Randall. But the turn order gods say no.
Okay, Allie's going to spend... Alright, Allie's
Yeah,
going
I'm,
to
like,
spend
barely
Allie's gonna
bloody
spend
at this
three
point.
key... I know, but Allie's going to spend 3 key points. And you're just going to get like a rush of stormlight coming in through where she touches you on the shoulder, and your hit points are now full.
Oh.
Okay. So you folks, you cross the bridge and you win. Congratulations, Gaffers.
Okay,
Yay.
wait, before a minute has passed, I need to ask the tiefling or the kobold. Is it okay that the Goliath's dead? Because we can fix that.
Well, she was, she had not noble intentions for, and she points over to Thrax.
You don't say.
Corn is not a sin.
No, it,
Gavin Smell.
she wasn't one for consent.
Oh, well, she can stay dead then.
Then I don't feel as bad.
Yeah. Okay, I want to clarify also, I have a healer down there in case anyone fell. I'm not a monster, I promise.
She
With the
looks
throwing the
down
body
and-
off thing.
Somek is down there making a campfire and s'mores.
I
'Cause there ain't nothing he can do.
okay,
about
it
that
didn't
body.
work for I know. I feel really bad about it. It was unnecessary.
Through the
You're
Snapchat,
adorable.
Kiki's like, "You're rep. No more challengers in future. Be badass." She's kind of like, "Own it."
No,
own
you
it."
did
She's
this. You
Purely
need to
like,
do this. Yeah, you chucked
No.
Goliath off a bridge. It's fine.
You don't cross Nikki Doxborn's bridge.
That's right. And then Kiki's gonna go up to the alchemist,
Mm-hmm.
and she's be like, 3 friends dead, 1 turned our side. Hand over potions.
Are you like stealing his potion?
I'm like, you caused all this trouble and pain in the
Confiscating.
ass. She's like, hand them over.
He will look you up and down, and he'll just go, "Take him, bird."
Okay. What does she have to do?
You know, search him.
Search.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Oh, investigation.
Hmm?
D20 plus. Oh, that was not a real roll.
Roll
Critical-
1d0.
How do you even do that?
0_10.
17.
Yeah, so you pull out a couple of vials, and you get two vials of those acid he threw, but he doesn't have anything else on him.
Oh, he either has like some hidey hole pocket bullshit or constructs them as he goes.
Hmm.
She just looks him down and goes, "Pfft," and then walks away. She's just
Are either the kobold or the tiefling hurt?
She's a little. No, she managed to. The turn happened very quickly. She managed to block his blades with her staff.
Nice.
Like, her staff is not good. It's pretty chewed up at this point, but it's better than the sword hitting her, so she's fine with it. And she just sort
Totally.
of looks at it and chucks it over the side.
We can get you a new one of those.
Yeah. So when is the and she's sort of talking to Nikki, but she's looking past Nikki towards Allie. And she's like, "Sorry, when is the interview?" And again, she's asking Nikki, but not really.
Right. I'll answer for the sake of appearances, if you will. And well, we've got a little bit of cleanup to do, it looks like, and I kind of survey the scene and the bodies and the blood. Early afternoon?
Sure, she says. Just like looking around. Do you have a place I could stay for a while? These were.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got rooms and stuff. We can I hear there's some really good land around here.
And with that, the Gaffers head back to the Quellback estate.
I'll extend an interview offer to the Kobold, too.
Can we ask them if they were put up to this by anybody, like a certain Dana?
Ooh, actually, rather than ask them if they were put up to this, I'd be like, so tell me about the lady who put you guys up to this.
It was a human woman. She made a deal with, and she points to the ground where the Mage Slayer and the Mage are dead on the bridge. I don't know if you chucked them off to not block up traffic. What you've done.
We'll pull them off. We'll get them like a burial and everything.
Sure.
Kiki's gonna loot them first, by the way. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. Are you kidding? Absolutely,
like
just good business.
What you find on their bodies, the mage has a very nice staff, a very nice like obsidian staff that is not from these parts.
Can I take a look-see at that?
Absolutely, make me an Arcana check.
That sounds like a shenanigan staff.
Can Kiki assist her? Oh,
Non-natural 20.
This is made of obsidian. This is probably made by the Volcani.
Ooh.
Does Nikki know things about the provenance of obsidian staffs or of Volcani artifacts in general?
It's not an artifact. This is sort of like as much as off the shelf as these things kind of get. Like this was crafted.
Well,
yeah.
Okay. I don't mean artifact in the sense of like historical, like just like the stuff that the Volcani make.
So they make things that tend to be very fire focused. Like in theory, like their big spiel is they bend lava like you would mold earth.
Sure.
So this thing probably has an affinity for fire and might make your fire spell stronger. But like you're gonna have to sit down with it and really get you're taking a quick field look at it.
Yeah, just like a general vibe. It's obsidian, probably lava related. All right, neat.
On the other guy, you find a very hefty payment of coins that was not included with the other stuff. You do find a bag of holding that has all of the other stuff, though.
Ooh.
Oh, do we get the stuff that they put up?
We do.
Technically, you won.
Oh, nice.
That's how this works.
Wow. Okay. You got some new scrolls to look at.
Damn straight I do.
Books.
Kiki,
Tomes.
you got a whole bunch of gunpowder now.
I do, and about as much gems as this land was worth. And the only reason I took this fight is because we couldn't afford to give up that land.
Sorry, Nikki, yes, I suppose technically this is all yours, but I definitely was talking to Kiki when I was talking about the gunpowder. Because let's be honest, Nikki, you have gunpowder, but Kiki has gunpowder.
Oh, yeah, no, we're going to get that moved over to the workshop. Like, I want it out of my house already, honestly.
Yeah.
For the listeners, Randall is just grinning the toothiest grin.
Well, Kiki doesn't have teeth, so I have to bear teeth for her.
You have to do your best, yeah.
With her beak.
So the other thing that you're seeing though is this black powder is marked from Lasana. It's a continent to the east.
Is it Kiki?
Yes.
You want to take a close look at that and make sure it's, good gunpowder?
Is that like investigation?
Yeah, investigation.
15.
It's not pure.
Oh, this is like chef's kiss. Like this is as
Oh.
good as it gets. Yeah, he just eats some of it like no.
Like,
Cobalt's like, good, no, don't do that. This is it's extremely good stuff. Like you could
Kiki.
This will help in mining. You can blow things up. Yeah, there's a lot of applications for this.
Yes, like blowing things up and also blowing things up.
Kiki
As
starts
we're walking, I
sketching
mean, as far as
plans.
making fireworks is not technically quite as much blowing things up, but
I
as
mean,
we're walking back, I do want to ask the
I
other
can think of
tiefling-
little that's less like blowing things up than fireworks.
Uh, I want to ask the other tiefling monks. So where'd you do your training?
Or that's more. I said the wrong thing.
Oh, I was with the. I actually trained with the rat folk for a long time. I'm from. I was born in Anbal, but I spent a lot of time in Ankerak. It's very cold there.
Yes.
Now, cold to a tiefling means it was like 65.
Yes, which is terrible.
Yeah, it's awful.
Texan cold.
Yeah.
I remember liking things when I passed through the Ratfolk lands. Very good bars.
No, they're quite amiable. Very clean, surprisingly.
Yeah, it's a misguided stereotype, apparently.
No, the although I did spend a lot of time with the others, they were a fun group. She says.
They're delightful.
Yeah.
My aunt has an otter who's a guard at their house. I think he's technically a prince. I don't think he's ever done a day's work in his life. Bless his heart. He's delightful, though.
Posh?
Yes.
Oh, I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's... Whatever you've heard, it's probably true. And possibly an understatement.
Okay. Well, I think, would you like to get something to eat where there is food? She says, like, she's sort of asking Allie out at this point, but she's also like, she doesn't know if she's a prisoner or, like, what her exact status is.
Little from column A, little from column B.
Yeah.
Prisoner job
of
applicant.
love.
This was a job interview.
Casting
Celebratory dinner
couch.
after you definitely aced that job interview?
Yes, she says.
Deal, I'll make a picnic.
Yeah. And you feel a tail kind of wrap around for a quick moment, like one of your probably calves or thighs. That is definitely more tiefling than it is kitsune. You folks head back. You head back to the estate. Waggerdagger is thrilled that you've succeeded, and then his moment of happiness is dashed when he sees the 2 carts of black powder rolled in, and the geckos look so fucking happy about this. They're like,
Tessa just picks up Somak like underneath his armpits and just hands him to Waggerdagger. Here you go. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
And he just sort of closes in a hug of Somek, and Somek, knowing the deal now, kind of hugs him back, and Somek's like, "It's gonna be okay," and he pats.
I feel like someone offered
Waggerdagger.
him one of those marshmallows that he was making over the campfire earlier.
Yeah, I saved some of these, and Waggerdagger's like, "Well, thank you," and he just opens his mouth, and Somek puts it in.
So cute. I'm gonna crouch down and kind of talk to the geckos that kind of persistently assemble around Tessa whenever she's around.
The other ones, and they probably like Sis was there, and Sis is just regaling them all with like Tessa just, in his words, she picked up this Goliath by the face and just threw her off the bridge, and like it's very clear.
Yes,
not what
definitely
happens. Yeah.
not Nikki, because that would be very out of character. No, I'll crouch down, and I'm not gonna correct them, but I'm gonna say, I have an important job for you all, if you care to accept it.
They all of them assembled. They're like, of course.
The man in charge of bacon hates these. Can we get them to the workshop as fast as possible?
So Tic Tac and Toe like, we're on it, and they start running and falling towards the black powder.
Kiki's like,
Perhaps amend it to the usual statement of physical therapist when we're about to administer a walking speed test, which is as quickly but as safely as possible.
Kiki, you may want to supervise this one.
yes.
I just kind of want to hear Randall make that noise again.
It's really good.
At that point,
Very
Reggie comes out and he's like, "Oh!" and he comes over and genuinely helps Kiki to move these things safely, correcting the gecko sometimes, just to make sure it gets where it needs to go. Because you don't think Reggie knows how to make black powder, but he understands what happens with black powder.
Oh, good. Yeah.
But I believe, folks, this is where we will end for tonight. So once again, thank you all for coming to Ryam. And we will see what information this tiefling, after a very rigorous interview, and this kobold may have to offer.
Very thorough interview.
But thank you for coming, and we will see you all next week.